Testing, one, two, three. This is me showing my face after that rather explosive last stream. Alas, I have not been able to locate my favorite hairbrush. But that's fine. It's a thing. Cody, welcome in. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you guys, and I hope I haven't worn this before. I just wanted to chuck on something nice and chilled out compared to last time. A little breezy. And yeah, you guys will have to be the ones to help keep me accountable. If I have worn this before, then I'm fucked. But anyway, God, Michael, welcome in. Today, I don't really have much planned. I'll tell you guys a bit about some fun things, fun stuff, fun ideas and projects that are in the background. Love the fit. Oh, thank you. It's nice, just to chuck on something very, very bland almost and low key. Because I don't have to think. I can just be like, you know what? Black top, black shorts. That's it. And so it's been hot here, and this room gets hot especially. So I'm resisting right now the urge to turn on the fan, but we'll see how long I can last. So, yeah, I've got some very, very, very fun stuff to share with you guys. That's like midway to fruition. And I'm actually very excited to talk to you about something that I learned from last stream, which, I didn't expect. We're going to talk about that whole last stream in general, okay? We will. But there are actually some really cool things that I did not expect to learn from that stream. Besides all the silliness and the giggles and, the sluttiness, I feel like it was a turning point essentially into the, not the mechanics, but some of the directions that I want to go with this channel. And no, we're not going to turn into a hot tub channel, but in terms of the actual setup, the camera, the settings, the connections and stuff, I really want to knuckle down and make that my focus for the next, however long this phase lasts for. And oh God, Sea Locket made a video. Fuck me. I have to, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything about it. But the thing that made me laugh the most was the sudden IT help from the entire chat being like, oh my gosh, Emmy, your camera's out of focus. You need to fix it. And I'm like, this is how it looks every single time. Literally, I'm always out of focus, but it was particularly relevant to fix last stream, I suppose. So, and then we had some very, very, very helpful little tidbits that were posted in the Discord and also in chat. And so I'm hoping that, even despite my boomy ways, I can just upgrade this place a little bit because, yeah, I've got some pretty good hardware. This Canon M50 camera that I'm using, it should be able to do more, right? And I think I'm limited by my own self. But if there is if it is what we're talking about in the Discord, a particular connection thing that I can get that will make the quality better, then I think that's just going to be like an investment, in this channel, no matter what I'm wearing. And I think Visibly made a really good point. If we are going to, have this incredible, amazing, hopefully funny as wedding stream, then I think having an actual decent camera is pretty essential. So we'll talk more about that in a bit. I'm going to have a drink here and welcome you guys in. You may notice my room is still messy. Yes, it is still messy. And it did actually, part of my wardrobe, which you guys can kind of see there, did actually fall down. I had to re-tape it up and somehow just hope and pray that it would stay. But I still have more clothes, and that's the harsh reality. And I'm probably about to get more as well because, yeah, my sister, who's now interstate, she left a bunch of her clothes. I may have said this before. She left a bunch of her clothes in her old room. My parents said wanting to clean everything out, and my sister doesn't want them. So she's like, yeah, you can have them. And I'm like, I don't know if I really physically can take them. And so it's kind of a meme at this point. But yeah, I will have to see how I go. And the pile, it almost looks like it's self-replenishing, right? It's basically one of a couple more like bags slash loads of laundry from my grandma, my late grandma, her stuff. And yeah, I should just have a fucking garage sale. I think that would be so cool. The thing is, yeah, so with my grandma's clothes, I've been washing them. I've had to put them through the wash multiple times. And that's why, like, I feel like every time I put that stuff away, I'm like, okay, that's great. Hang it up. And then the next load of washing comes out and it's just, the pile is back to what it looked like before. And so, yeah, we'll see how we go. I have been donating and also getting rid of clothes that are just too far gone. But still, it's like, I think it's too many clothes for one poor girl to have. So anyway, yeah, today also, I want to share with you guys something funny, but I'm just not sure how much of this I should front load. So you know how we've been kind of preparing for this, right? The Emmy Marries Germa Fund. Well, I have been plotting and pondering and scheming and, what's the word? I was trying to think of something that rhymes with scheming. Scheming and dreaming about how to actually make this like an event, a proper event. Because obviously, as much as I would want to, the real Germa of my dreams, he doesn't know I exist. He's a celebrity and I'm just a poor little Emmy cherry, right? Across the world. And so obviously we could not get the actual guy, as much as that pains me to say. I could have one of my friends stand in, right? But then the connection wouldn't be as obvious. And so my idea, which I'd been kind of clinging to the whole time, hoping it would work, was a cardboard cutout. And so, Cody, you may be one step ahead of me here. I checked online. There was no Germa cardboard cutouts, but I think I told you guys that I ended up purchasing a different one. And yes, it did arrive. I set it up at my parents' place. Guys, it's literally one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And for reasons that I want to partially keep secret until we actually have the proper stream. But first of all, the actual cutout is of Austin Butler. I think I shared that last time. And he's wearing a beautiful white suit jacket and like just normal, nice black slacks, like dress pants. And so it does look like he's getting married. Like it looks like a wedding outfit, right? Which is perfect for what we want. And it's literally like, I'm pretty sure it's like life size or close to it because it's very tall and it looks so real that it's cracking me up. And so the reason why it's at my parents' place is because we were doing a little bit of, what's the word? Like, we were doing a little bit of mischief to make this the perfect Germa of my dreams. And by that, I mean printing out a few things to supplementarily add to this Austin Butler cutout. And while I was there at my parents' place, the cardboard cutout was like in the corner kind of. And every time, like every 5 seconds, I would forget that it existed. And then as soon as I like turned my head and my eye would just like see it, I would literally shock myself. And so I probably scared myself like 5 times that day. And I've left it there now. So I have taken a few pictures if you guys want to see, if you behave. But I kind of would prefer to keep it a secret just because I know it's going to be funny as. But I literally scared myself over and over because it's just like, oh, okay, there's a random guy standing there, right? The classic dokes. Do not start talking about Dexter. You're a visibly upset after my own heart. But yeah, so it looks so good already without all the other stuff I'm going to add to it. But then, okay, here's something that I really thought you guys would get a kick out of. Before I left my parents' place, I was like, is it okay if I leave the cutout here until I need it properly? Because, we haven't reached the goal yet. So it could be a week from now. It could be today. It could be literally in 6 months, right? So I was like, can I just leave this here until, it's a better time to take it to my place? And they're like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And I was like, perfect. And so then what I did was when my mom and dad were like in the lounge room, distracted, completely unaware of my shenanigans in the background, I picked up my Austin cardboard cutout and took it to their bedroom and just like placed it in the dark corner of their bedroom and closed their bedroom door. And first of all, I was trying not to laugh because you guys know me. Mid prank, I'm like close to giving it all away because I'm just laughing too hard. And so I was literally like going, like trying not to make myself too suspicious sounding. Anyway, I closed the bedroom door. They have no idea. They're none the wiser. And then I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to go, like trying to be all normal about it. They're like, bye, Emmy, bye. And then this is the most agonizing part, right? The waiting. Because I'm like, I don't know when they're going to go back into their bedroom. They have an ensuite, so maybe they'll go in there like before bedtime. But I was just like on the edge of my seat, just waiting for their reaction. And then my mum, I think it was yesterday night, she texted me, and I'll tell you guys what she said. She said, when was this? 9:01 p.m., right? So this was probably like, when did I do it? When did I prank them? I think I put the cardboard cutout like, I don't know, probably midday or around about that time, give or take, into their bedroom. So I was like waiting for hours and hours and hours for some reaction, right? And so my mom texted me. She said, Austin scared the poop emoji out of me, bruh. That's literally what she said. And then she followed that up by saying, with his bedroom eyes. And then I just responded, all caps, ha, ha, ha. And I said, I was literally laughing my ass off when I put him in there, imagining your reaction. And then I took a photo when I did it and I sent it to her. And now I'm wondering if you guys would like to see the photo, because I don't know, there's something about my camera recently, it's been kind of fucking up, but it makes all my images look like they're kind of blurry and hazy and a bit liminal. And so to see this cardboard cutout just in the corner, it's such a cursed photo. And it's not revealing. Like, this is my parents' bedroom. There's nothing revealing in there. No doxing information. Our address isn't like fucking on the back wall. But if you guys want to see, I'll show you, as long as you promise that it won't ruin the surprise for the actual wedding stream whenever it happens. It's just, I don't know. It's so fucking funny. So I sent that to her. And then my mum followed it up with something that made me laugh even harder. She said, just randomly out of the blue, he wants me. All right, you promised, Cody? All right, I'll show you guys. So this is the photo. And if you're wondering why it looks so like blurry and weird, I don't know. It's just like that. So here. This is my parents' bedroom. Oh, can I make this work? Please, please, please. That's their bed. And that's Austin Butler, looking like a butler. Trying to cover my face. That was indeed a lot of information. Welcome in, Swamp Rat. And so, yeah, I sent that picture to her. And so she said, he wants me. I responded with desperately. And then she just did the like winking tongue out emoji. It's just like, what have I done? Literally, what have I done? And then I responded with like the skull emojis, right? And I said, I'm crying, like CRINE, right? And then later on, after about half an hour, she texted me again and she said, Daddy got scared as well. And I said, LOL, oh no, when will Austin's reign of terror end? And so, I don't know, I'm pretty sure my parents want to keep him now. Like, that's the thing. I'm starting to feel like, hang on. Because when I first opened him up, and like, this sounds really weird. When I first got the cardboard cutout, it was like flat packed in a square, right? Square box. And it took a sec, but I figured out how to prop him up and everything. And both my mom and dad were very nonplussed. They were just kind of like, Emmy, why is there a man in our house suddenly? And I was like, okay, how do I explain this, right? And they tend to be like that with my shenanigans. Like, I've learned my lesson at this point not to ask permission, but rather beg for forgiveness after the fact. And so, like, they're kind of used to me doing random shit and then just being like, Emmy, what the hell's going on here? Explain yourself. And that's kind of how they were when I scared them both with the Austin cutout, right? But now, my mom followed up her message by saying, after I said, when will Austin's reign of terror end? She said, I know, right? I've tucked him away in me secret lair now, meaning my old bedroom, basically our new kind of, you know, office of operations where she has all her printers and her computer and stuff like that. And I said, where he belongs. And then she said, naughty boy. So I don't know what the hell's happening over there. Like, I don't know what kind of weird relationship that my parents are cultivating with this cardboard cutout. But yeah, visibly you've got a point. If my parents keep him, then we would be kind of step siblings, and I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that. So yeah, anyway, I just thought that was funny, and it was just another instance of them like being at first quite hesitant, or like I don't know what the word is, reticent to like engage with whatever random thing is going on in my life, and then literally like in the same day they end up being fully on board to the point where I'm like, okay, I did not anticipate this. So yeah, that's part of what I wanted to tell you guys about. I also wanted to say, and thank you for this visibly, I was just saying the info about how to improve this whole stream, the camera stuff, is at the top of my mind right now, because holy shit, guys, if I'm going to dress up as a sexy maid, like, I want you guys to see every fucking pixel. Like, I'm not doing this so you guys can see me on a fucking potato quality cam. So, as long as there's no holes. Yeah, exactly, right? And so, I was thinking, you know how we have this big goal here? It is like a very, what's the word? It's expensive. I'm not going to lie. And I originally set it to that so I could like have enough money to pay for the various random shit that goes on during a wedding, even a fake one. The dress, the ring, the cardboard cutout, which was like $200. Yeah, everything that would go into it, essentially. And now I'm thinking, okay, how about I repurpose like the last chunk of this and see if I can actually get, instead of, you know, a more expensive dress, actual good camera, like peripherals and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, it's a thing, because I know it's not usually my MO to be so forward to ask you guys for support in that way. But this is just me putting out the feelers to essentially say, like, it's not going to be exactly for the wedding stream, but, you know, it's going to be for essentially every stream that follows once we finish that goal. And so, yeah, I'm excited, and I think it's basically going to be enough, right? Yeah, so the cam length, that's what I'm going to get, and I think it's roughly 250, at least from what I saw. And there was another thing that you posted in the Discord. I didn't check the price of that, but I assume, yeah, similar. So, because, yeah, I've already got a decent camera. I don't need to upgrade that necessarily, but I want to make it perform as best as it can. And so that's kind of what I'm planning to spend the rest of this money on. And it's going to be easy enough for me to just get like a cheaper dress and, you know, cheaper jewelry. The whole thing is very self-indulgent anyways, and it's quite flexible. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And so yeah, there's like kind of a method to my madness, believe it or not. The thing is, it's sometimes hard to know because on my screen here, when I'm looking at myself, I don't look that out of focus or blurry. But you guys have said that it looks like less than 1080p, which is not great. Like if you look through like the biggest streamers, or even just like the streamers that are, you know, like doing their thing, getting by, video quality is basically everything. And that's on par with audio quality, but I think we do so with that. Like, we're okay with that. The fact that it looks 480p is horrific because, yeah, this camera can do so much better, and it doesn't look like that to me, so I guess I never thought about it before. It's only funny that it took a fucking slutty maid stream for that to become, I don't know, like, brought to my attention so thoroughly. Like, I always had an idea in the back of my mind that the camera, or the settings or something was like, you know, not optimized, but I didn't realize it was that bad. So, yeah, where's my maid? I know, right? It's like you have a filter on or something. See, that's the thing. I don't know exactly what you guys see, and I always said, half joking, half seriously, that, hey, the lower the quality, the more flattering it is to me, right? Because there's no filters that I can think of. There's nothing even in terms of like saturation and stuff like that. It's all basic factory settings, right? And so, because I'm not really that good with that sort of thing. But I don't know. I want to be able to like show to you guys my dedication to this channel, to this practice, and if the option is there, why not? You know, it's like having a Ferrari, so to speak, and only driving in the fucking school zones. Like, you want to actually use the fullest extent of your equipment, right? So it looks like a filter back to 1995. Like the song, back to 1999. Yeah, I don't know. So that's going to be top priority. And so 1077, we're like roughly 500 or like 400 and something dollars away from the wedding stream fund being completed. The entire rest of that money, I think I'll put towards the camera, link, and the other stuff. And yeah, it will basically help with every other stream in the future, though it might be scary for you guys to see me in full quality. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. What if you guys like, you see me for who I truly am, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, see ya. Yeah, so anyway, as for the VODs, yeah, so I used to watch them back, but I used to think maybe it's something to do with like the encoding or whatever that changes how it looks. But they always looked relatively fine to me as well, so I don't know. But anyway, I think any decent, you know, professional streamer that wants to take themselves seriously should probably invest more in that, and not just monetarily. I mean, learning about the settings and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's kind of whatever phase we're in right now. That's the phase main concern. So hopefully it will pay off. And yeah, you guys will see me in 1080p or even more HD than that. I'm scared. But yeah. Amateur, welcome in. The presentation is more engaging than the Wimmera cropping soil constraints webinar that I've just participated in. Well, I'm glad. I'm very glad. It's kind of hard to explain how it looks. It's kind of a weird thing. Maybe the lighting is doing it. Yeah, so I know that there's funky lighting there in the back. That's something I put on purposefully. And then I have a ring light, which is my sole, like, front-facing light besides my two monitors. So it's a very, like, jerry-rigged situation here, which is how it's always been, right? And I don't mind that. I don't mind a little bit of scuffedness, but I think if we can do a bit better, then it's worth a shot. And what else should I spend my money on? You know what I mean? Like, I'm already so blessed. I basically am a first world, like, I don't know, poster child with first world problems. And speaking of investing in the channel and stream, that seems like a very obvious one before any of the other little frills and bells, as much as I love my frills and bells. So, Ben, welcome in. Yeah, that's kind of the roadmap for at least the next little while. And there is no pressure. So I don't know when this is going to finish. It's like kind of up in the air, right? But whenever it is, the next stream, if I'm that quick, or the next few streams will be the wedding stream. And the camera quality should be improved by then. So I want you guys to see me get married in all my fucking, you know, glory, and the cardboard cutout as well. I want you guys to see every single little microscope of, I don't know, wood fiber, whatever it's made out of. So, yeah, that's kind of exciting. And gosh, you guys have no idea what I've got planned. I've got so much planned for that wedding stream. And, you know, I'm actually taking this seriously, guys. You know, like once that ring goes on my finger, like I'm going to be wearing that everywhere. It's also a bit of a shield, you know, like if I'm out in public and someone starts like coming on too strong, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm married, you know. I'm actually married to a cardboard cutout. And so congrats. Thank you very much. And of course, you know, one of my favorite things to do, like I was saying in the last stream, is dress up. And what better like costume, so to speak, than a wedding dress? That's like, you know, the stereotype of every little girl's dream. I get kind of the best of both worlds because I get to play pretend, but have a similar-ish experience, and nothing changes. That's like the best of both worlds to me. And so, yeah, you guys can still keep rizzing me because you know the truth. But yeah, it's going to be part of the law. And who knows, I hope, look, I don't expect this to get too far outside of our circle. But let's say in a parallel world, Jerma happened to see some weird clip from this upcoming stream. I'm hoping that he finds it funny and silly and very much in the vein of appreciation of his stuff than like, you know, creepy or weird or like disturbing. You know what I mean? Like, that's my plan, because I'm doing this with the most purest of intentions. Like, I've been thinking like, oh shit, hopefully this isn't too much, right? But that's why I've got some other tricks up my sleeve, because, you know, who knows, I might not be getting married to just Germa. There could be a few different bachelors that come out and say hello. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm very excited, and slowly the bits and pieces are coming together. I have not got the dress yet. I've been looking though, and I've gotten a ballpark figure, because I'm looking at these op shops, right? These thrift stores, and most of the things in the thrift store are between like $5 and let's say $50, right? If you're going for something more high end. There is a section for wedding dresses, right? And quite like against the grain, they're like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, like $700, $1,000. And I can only assume, holy shit, how much were they when they were full price, right? And so it's kind of freaky to imagine someone spending that much money on an actual dress that they probably only wear once. But hey, at least I'll get to, you know, I'll get to wear it just randomly, right? For that stream, of course. But if I'm just around the house, I'll be like, you know what? I feel like getting married again, and I'll have this thing that, you know, is not as, whatever the word is, like one and done, so to speak. So yeah, I'm excited, and I'm trying not to make it too expensive. Like, I think a couple $100 is probably going to be my budget, unless I see something that I fall fucking head over heels in love with, right? Because I've been slowly but surely justifying this thing where I want something like a costume, and then I'm like, no, I shouldn't. But then I'm like, oh, but it could be good for stream. And it's like, Emmy, how many times are we going to have this conversation? And so, yeah, the thrift stores, I love going up shopping, and I love seeing just the random stuff there that you can't find anywhere else. I have always loved looking at the wedding dresses, even before I started streaming in general, before I even had this tiny little inkling of an idea. Because it was just like a whole world that I was kind of not really knowledgeable about, but also there's so much kind of fairy tale, princessy prestige associated with it, and the dresses are often so magnificent. Like, I'm attracted in general to, like, I don't know, to sublime things in the world, no matter if it's in the form of like something you can eat or like consume, like media wise, or in people. Like, I'm just really interested in the aesthetics of beauty, and yeah, maybe even like Oscar Wilde says, the decadence of life. So wedding dresses are kind of like the pinnacle of that in a way, especially if they are just worn only once. I think that's a shame. And I was like, well, it's like the epitome of attention grabbing as well. And so, not that it's something that I'm super, super, like, I don't know. What's a word? Fuck. I can only think of married to, which is very funny. Like, it's kind of on theme. I'm not married to the idea of creating a bunch of spectacle on this channel. Like, we have our dress up streams and the cosplay streams, and they kind of naturally produce spectacle, right? But I'm not trying to become a channel that's like a shock jockey channel, to drum up views and followers and subscribers, right? Like, it's not really something that I've concerned myself with too much, right? Though there is a part of me that I need a word for this, and maybe you guys can help me. It's like troll adjacent, if that makes sense. It's almost like this impish nature in me that likes doing little, hopefully harmless, I don't know, gags and pranks, like the thing I just told you guys about with the Austin Butler cutout, putting it in my parents' bedroom to scare them. Like, it's something that hopefully people can laugh at, and they don't actually feel like they've been negatively affected in a way, but it still causes that little, you know, moment of shock and like, oh my gosh. And so that's kind of the vibe that I like, and something that I've always liked, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And it makes me happy to think about incorporating some of that into this channel and this stream. Yeah, there's just going where the flow goes, if it's transgressive or not, which is distinct from being an edgelord. Yes, that's true. And I, in a way, like, edgelord stuff is fine, but I think if it's done without finesse, it's kind of cringe, right? Like, sure, it's very easy to be edgy. Anyone can make a joke that's kind of like, oh, wow, that's really, I don't know, politically incorrect or very against the grain. Congratulations. I think edginess, if done cleverly, is interesting and impressive, but it's really, when it comes down to it, about the finesse, you know? And I think that's, again, another Oscar Wildean, like, little motto of mine that I think I more or less subscribe to. That idea of, like, if you're going to do something, at least do it artfully, you know? Like, you can be a villain, just be sexy about it, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you know, within reason, slightly tongue-in-cheek me saying that, but be intentional and be artful about whatever it is you choose to do, and that kind of absolves more sin than you might expect. So if you're going to be an edgelord, at least be, like, an actual good one. You know what I mean? Like, don't just make the same fucking dead baby jokes that were very popular in, like, the 2010s and shit like that. Like, actually have something interesting and new to say. But I digress. I want to be, like, cheeky and playful and mischievous and impish, which is maybe the word, rather than, like, I don't know, upsetting and, you know, shocking for no reason. I just want to create an experience that hopefully people enjoy and is silly and, yeah, kind of makes for a good clip that people are like, wait, what? But also, holy shit, that's so, like, it's so involved. That's something I really appreciate about Germa's stuff. Like, sometimes you see a random clip and he's literally in the fucking desert with a guy dressed up like Elvis, right? And you're just like, how much planning and pre-thought had to go into this for a, like, 5-second clip that you just see out of context, and you're like, this guy, he's so dedicated, right? And Germa mentioned, oh my gosh, welcome in. It's Chinese New Year and an eclipse. I can feel the shift, especially as I made sure that there was hardly anything done today. We are going to be best friends, I can already tell. And so, first of all, happy Chinese New Year to everyone. That's fantastic. And I hope you had a wonderful celebration. But yeah. So anyway, this wedding stream, whenever it happens, is going to be my attempt at, like, an homage, if that's how you pronounce that word, to Germa and his entire oeuvre, another fancy French word. Because, yeah, I think we're talking about this in Discord as well. He literally was, like, the pioneer of a certain type of streaming and a certain type of comedy even, right? And you guys, I think, always laugh at me because I talk about him so often. But there's a reason, right? Like, it's not so common that I will, like, find a muse, so to speak. Yeah, the bit streams, exactly. Like, he kind of paved the way for what a lot of people are doing nowadays, including me, I have to say. Like, I'm part of that group. And so people think now, like, oh, you know, it's so expected and it's so normal. But that's only because he was the one right at the beginning, like, you know, Germa walked so we can run type beat. And yeah, I don't know. I just have a deep, deep appreciation and respect for his craft, his silliness, and yeah, the stream that we end up doing will be hopefully in the spirit of celebrating, like, all of that, and hopefully not in violation of it. So this year so far, Michael, has been very good, actually. Way, way better than last year. And so, yeah, you guys know how things went last year. That was, it left a lot to be desired, but I'm feeling good. And yeah, I've been making some friends, reconnecting with old friends. I've been just trying to knuckle down and actually, I don't know, this is going to sound weird and slightly cheesy, but to actually believe in myself a little bit more, which, oh my God, that sounded literally the most cheesiest thing I could have said. Because here's the thing, right? I believe you guys. I believe in what you say. I believe in my friends. I believe in my parents. I believe in the world around me. That's intentional, by the way. We've talked about this. I choose to believe in people because, like, that is the kind of world that I want to live in, where people say things to my face that I can believe in without second guessing it, right? And so I've been thinking recently how, yeah, sure, I have that motto and it's very important to me. Why don't I apply that with the same level of rigor to my own self? Yeah. That idea of having confidence, that's a great way to put it in one word. Like, I have my moments, ups and downs, peaks and troughs, as we all do. And, you know, it's probably quite normal to not be like, oh, I'm so great 24/7, right? But I think like some level of foundational belief in one's own ability or whatever it is you want to focus on is a good thing to cultivate. And mine has been not always so steadfast, to be honest. Actually, I don't even know if it is steadfast now as I'm speaking to you guys. And so it's like, it's one of those things where it sounds like a cheesy phrase that you'd read on like a live, laugh, love poster, right? Believe in yourself. You can do anything. It's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But how? How? Often these little like mottos will just be bandied about and it sounds great in theory. And you might even want to try it in practice. But the most crucial part is missing the instructions as to how. And so for me, it's been a slow process. And yeah, Cody, it's very interesting you say that and very true. Sometimes, and this is partially part of the frustrating bit, the solution is to just try, you know? It's weird. Like, you have to just kind of make a conscious decision to flip something in your brain and just be like, you know what? This feels weird. It feels unnatural. It's like not how I'm used to being, but I'm going to purposefully try and swim against the current and see what happens. And then slowly but surely, kind of, you know, metaphorically, put your money where your mouth is and see what happens, you know? And so it's the kind of thing that I am trying with each stream to, like, I don't know, embody a little bit more. And if I want to practice what I preach, I think, you know, that means being more open, being more, I don't know, being more gracious if I can be, being more committed and dedicated to, you know, all my pursuits, but especially streaming, of course. And what that means in terms of dedication is to like treat this like an actual fucking job. And I don't mean in the soul crushing way. I mean like, you know, showing up when I say I will, or making it clear when like alternative things arise, putting as much money as I can back into the actual stream and investing in it, thinking of like ideas and stuff to do when I'm not streaming. Like it's just a whole thing, right? And granted, I was doing that stuff previously, but I was almost doing it half-heartedly because I didn't want, like, the idea of being a streamer felt so, I don't know, like a pipe dream, and also kind of like a, oh yeah, get real, Emmy. Like, you really think you can be a streamer? Okay. The thing that everyone more or less who's interested in online culture wants to do, and like only a fraction of people actually get to do it. Yeah, okay, good luck. And so I was kind of hedging because I didn't want to, you know, try my hardest and then fail and then realize that my best was not good enough, right? That's heavy shit. It's a pretty heavy shit. But it's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy because if you don't try your hardest, you're probably more likely to fail, right? And then you feel like, oh, I was right, you know, like this, I'm not cut out for this, or like I'm not actually, it's where I'm supposed to be. And so this year especially, I'm just trying to go fucking, you know, 100 kilometers an hour. I don't know, that's not a saying, but yeah, just trying my hardest because I think if I do fail, well, at least I'll feel proud of the kind of the effort and the care that I put into the entire project in general. And so, you know, as my auntie says, try, baby, try. And she also says, never give up. And so I'm carrying a lot of those different like sayings and life mottos from all around me and just attempting to embody them as much as I can. And I wish that for you guys too, if it's possible. It's often easier said than done. That's the cruel reality of it, right? You could go to a million like fucking wellness seminars. You could go to these camps that try and make you more confident and positive. But I think ultimately it comes down to something very like deeply nestled within a person that sometimes is unreachable before a certain point. And I don't know what that point is. It's probably different for everyone. For me, it was just like a combination of things, but like a wake up call to be like, if you care about this thing, fucking act like it, you know? Unapologetically, don't hedge. Like that's something I do a lot and I'm trying to get better at. If I say something and I mean it, like don't dial down the intensity because you're scared of being too much, right? Because that's not going to get you anywhere in terms of like, you know, meeting people, making friends, and being yourself. If you end up trying to like halve yourself because you want to be more palatable, the only people that are going to like you or that end up liking you are the people that have only seen your halved self. And that's not great, right? You're creating conditions for your own like containment. And so I'm trying to be as expansive as possible and hoping that, I don't know, the people that find me and the friends that I make, like you guys, will be here for the full version of me, instead of the version I think that people may want or that I feel like comfortable to share. If that makes sense, I don't know. If you always evolve, failure is never a thing. That's beautiful. And I totally agree, you know? Like, I want to be constantly able to look back and be like, well, at least I'm slightly further away than I used to be, even if it's a single step, you know? And it's a work in progress, as it always is. I think we are, in general, like our whole lives, we are a work in progress. But yeah, this is my, well, I don't know if New Year's resolution is the right word. I already have a proper one, which maybe I told you guys about, to not have Subway this year. But like a random resolution to just try and hedge less, and be more of who I am. Just, you know, forgiving myself for being myself. Never half-ass something, always full-ass something. I fucking love that. And I totally agree. You know, if it's within your means, like to full-ass something, please just do it. Just send it. You know, send the risky text. Submit your work to places. Apply for that job. Like just do the thing. And no matter what happens, it's data, right? Either way, you'll learn something from it. And sure, you might have a bruised ego for a while, but that is almost a blessing in comparison to the stagnation of like never moving at all. And so, yeah, a pledge to oneself. That's a great way to put it. And pledge sounds so regal and like noble. And speaking of, we will talk about what's happening on this weekend for me, but does that kind of make sense? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of holding myself accountable through you guys as well, because saying this in a public kind of forum means that, you know, it's not just a promise that I can go back on super easily. There's actual weight and consequence to that. And I like that. I like having a bit of external, I don't know, motivation. And yeah, we can help each other. Like we can lift each other up. And, you know, I got your back, guys. No matter what it is you're trying to do, trying to evolve into the next phase of your own self, like, I want this place to be conducive to that, essentially. So we're in it together. City, welcome in. I hope you're well. And, yeah. Anyway, we'll see, guys. We'll see. It's a long process, that's the thing. And sometimes it feels like no progress is being made until you actually look back and all of a sudden, like, I don't know, it becomes way more clear. But day to day, it can feel a bit sluggish until months have passed and you're like, wow, I'm actually a totally different person than I used to be. And that's a good thing. So anyway, yeah. You guys feeling good? Are you feeling like, you're amped up for this year and the person that you're slowly transforming into? I hope so. The Emmy Cherry Foundation for people who words good or want to words better. I love that. That should be our actual fucking slogan. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I know this is going to sound obvious coming from me, but I really do think that we can actually enhance our lives in a surprisingly, like, pervasive way just through words to start with. It sounds weird because it's like they're not tangible things. Like you can't hold something, you can't really sell it unless, very specific instances. Like you can't really do much with it in the sense of like a typical product, essentially. And yet I think maybe that's part of the point, right? They're abundant, they're completely free, they're sustainable. There's a million words. Like you can literally talk for the rest of your life and never run out of stuff to say, probably. I probably could. And through that process, like you can actually learn stuff. You can put ideas together that you might not have before. You can actually add building blocks to the character of yourself. And that's crazy to think about in a world where literally everything fucking costs money, where like going outside requires you to pay like, I don't know, $20 just to breathe the air. The fact that we have language available to us to utilize, to learn from, to play with, like that is incredible to me. That's a huge gift. And so I know that it sounds like, oh yes, of course the poet has this opinion. And it's yeah, I won't lie. That's probably where a lot of that belief comes from. But in general, I think that it's something that most people could benefit from, being more playful and more intentional and more curious about language, Yeah, we experience life through like the ways that we talk about it, either in our own heads to ourselves or to other people. And so it only follows that the more language you have available to you, the broader your scope of experience becomes, right? And I'm sure there are people way cleverer than me that have been able to write books and books upon that idea, right? But functionally, I think the core principle is like, be curious, be, be specific. And when I say specific, I mean intentional. Like sometimes, I don't know, if someone asks me like, how was the movie, right? There's always like a bit of an impulse to just say, yeah, it was good. You know what I mean? It's like very easy. It's casual. The word is right there to just grab it and be like, yeah, it was good, But like, is that true? Like, I'm not lying if I say that, but is it true? Is it the truest truth that I could have said in that moment? Like, if I thought the movie was actually spondiferous or fan-fucking-tastic, like, I don't know, it just feels like a shame to have bypassed that for convenience just to say good. I don't know. And so what poetry teaches us is to wield language with intention for the betterment of, like our lives, in the sense of beautifying them and coloring them with more unique of a brush than usual. So, and yes, of course, knowledge helps a lot. But the cool thing about knowledge, especially nowadays, is that you can find it pretty easily, more often than not for free too. But yeah, I don't know. Does that make sense? I've been really focusing in on that recently, and it's funny because it's quite a departure from my university work, where my main focus was obscurity. Like, I don't know why, you could probably theorize, but my deepest pleasure at that point in time was to write poetry that was so dense and so like hidden through so many different walls of meaning that someone could read it and not understand what the fuck it was about, And I got off on that, right? That was like, yes, I feel so poetic and so clever. I'm writing shit that literally only I can understand. It was self-protective, and I think it was probably needed at the time. But what it kind of showed off in complexity, it ended up shooting itself in the foot, so to speak, in terms of connecting with people, right? Because, yeah, sure, my professors could probably more or less pass what I was trying to say. But I was basically purposefully alienating myself from any casual would-be reader. And for what? To feel clever? To feel special? Or like I did something? I don't know. I'm not dissing my previous work, and in fact, I think it's probably some of the most technically proficient stuff I've ever made. When I read my work now, it's different, and it's still good, right? But it's like, it's good in a different way. And like, I am curious and just, I don't know, I'm interested by the change. What has changed? I'm not sure, but the desire at least has definitely. And now I'm focused less on being as obscure as possible, and more on being as truthful as possible. And when I say truthful, I mean that in a different way than I think people might expect. I don't mean factual, though that is obviously a part of what makes up the truth. I mean like what feels the most accurate. If you consider the truth to be like the bedrock in the Minecraft world of your psyche, and you get a pickaxe, right, which is you wielding a pen, trying to write down how you feel, and you start digging deep. And so at the top layer is when someone asks, how was the movie? The top layer is you saying good, right? Which is true. It's factual. But there's more. You can dig down further and further. And yeah, so real is a great way to describe it, Michael. That's a great way. And so if you kept going all the way to what you more or less assume is the bottom, what is the word buried there, you know? And it's more of a theory than anything else. I can't really prove it, but I believe that there is a word buried there. Like if you were to examine your own psyche, and you would come back up to the surface with the truest truth that you can find in that moment in time. And so when someone asks, how was the movie? You might say, melancholic. Oh, you know what I mean? Or you might say it was masturbatory, as in extremely self-indulgent to the point of being almost obscene, right? It's like, I think using language in that way, super like intentional and specific, makes for a more colorful world. And, you know, I want to be in that world, essentially. It's not to say that we should eschew like the kind of easy words entirely. I don't think that's really practical. There are some moments where you're talking to your annoying ass coworker who asks you a bunch of questions and you just want to get out of the conversation. There are some moments where words like good actually come in handy, right? But I think the point or the purpose of what I'm trying to say is to pick your battles and be more intentional in general about where, why, and how you like wield language. Because it can be a tool if you want to use it that way. It can be just as like functional and foundational as a pickaxe mining all the way down into your psyche. And so that's kind of what my writing at this point in time is focusing on. And yeah, speaking of Anthony Bourdain, yeah, that without experimentation, a willingness to ask questions and try new things, we shall surely become static, repetitive, moribund. See, fucking incredible. And yeah, he was an absolute treasure. Like, he said exactly what was on his mind. He was articulate, and yeah, it's true, I think. It's like the idea of, I don't know, self-discovery, of course, and growth, but also like connecting with people and being like, I get you, but also like I speak your language like beyond the language, if that makes sense. And I think poetry helps a lot with that, definitely. More so, potentially, than other disciplines, though that is my bias showing. Only because it's like, I consider it to be like a distillation of, like, I don't know, those intense feelings. And through that process, you have to very closely examine those feelings, which maybe you don't have to do so much if you're not constrained by, you know, the page, essentially. And so, yeah, I don't know, guys, I don't know. It's just interesting to me. And I've been collecting words like precious gems. Sometimes I'll hear one like courteous, Michael, that's a great one. And I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to put that in my back pocket for some other time where it's like, you know, it seems relevant and it comes up. And yeah, it's a nice way to be, and it's scary, granted. Like, the thing about obscurity is that it feels safe. Like, you're protected against prying eyes or people wanting to see too far into what you're willing to show. But you lose something in that obscurity. You lose the ability to connect more deeply with people. And I think I'm at the point where I'm ready to, I don't know, be more open in that way. In small bits and pieces. So, my gosh, my mouth is dry, guys. Also, before I forget, this is the outfit for today. It's not like the maid outfit. It's very low key, and I'm wearing shorts again. So this is the shorts. Ta-da. So yeah, please tell me I haven't worn this before, because I will actually die if I have to eat another Bean Boozle bean. And oh yeah, I also, because I thought this might be maybe interesting for you guys to see, I also brought this. Does anyone know what this is? Now, you might not be able to tell from that far away, but can you guys see? It's dry shampoo, and this is more like, this is going to be completely stereotypical, right? So please bear with me. I had a feeling that this was more like a girl thing. And because, you know, maybe some of you guys may not have heard or seen this before, I want to give you guys a demonstration on what it is and what it's like and what it does and da-da-da. So it's dry shampoo, specifically for brunettes, because there are different kinds and different colors. And it's for when, like, you know, you're kind of having a bit of a lousy hair day, but you don't want to go in the shower, or you haven't got the opportunity to. So you just want to like have the shampooed look without the actual shampoo. This is what this is for. And I'm feeling that way today. You guys know it's not a real Emmy stream if I don't complain about my hair. And because I'm probably going to wash my hair tomorrow, because, wait, what's tomorrow? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I want my hair to look perfect for Saturday. And so I'm like working backwards. It usually looks best on like the day after I shower. So I might have to save a wash. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Because I'm going to curl it and everything and look really pretty for my Lord of the Rings marathon, which my friends and I are dressing up for. But anyway, between washes, sometimes things get kind of, you know, worse for wear. And I'm no stranger to the dry shampoo life, but I wanted to show you guys because maybe you've not seen it before. It goes on white or white-ish, and then you kind of have to like rub it in. And so, you guys want to see? Maybe. Dry shampoo helps in emergencies. It was my go-to as a wildland firefighter. Wait, really? Do you mean like for hair emergencies or like actual fires? Because like, I'm sorry, that might be the dumbest question ever, but I'm genuinely curious. And yeah, I will show you guys how to use it, and you'll have to forgive me for being so vain and staring at myself here. You typically need to do this in the mirror because otherwise you'll fucking just spray yourself in the eyes. And I wonder how well it's going to actually show up. It's also why I was looking for my hairbrush, because you kind of need a hairbrush for it, but I'm going to do my best without it. So, you're basically meant to do it in sections, right? You're meant to kind of spray it in like the, what's it called? Like the parting of your hair at the roots. So where it's like looking like it needs to be freshened up. And just start on one side, and then I wonder if it's going to show. Now that's way more than I'd usually put, but I want to make it clear on camera. See that? That looks fucked, right? You're like, you can't go out in public like that. God. Oh God. But you're meant to rub it in. So I'm going to do it all first. I'm going to look like a skunk for a bit, and then we're going to rub it in together. Okay. So that's done. Kind of going to move it over. I'm going to be very rough about it too, because like I said, this is like mainly for demonstration. And I'll probably cave and actually just wash my hair tomorrow anyway, but whoa, that looks crazy. Can you guys see that? Again, it's probably more than I would normally put, but otherwise you won't really get to see it. So this is not hair dye, by the way, though. Damn, I wish they had hair dye that was this convenient. That would be amazing. Someone should invent that and become fucking rich. Now, with the parting and stuff, you can be as specific, thorough, and like split it up as many times as you want. I'm typically a very lived-in looking individual, right? I prefer my makeup to be quite lived in. I prefer my hair and general style to be quite lived in. And so I think that you'll probably get an idea. Oh my god, as we keep going. Is that... Sorry, I'm spraying you guys. And I'm gonna sneeze. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. It's not usually this hazardous, guys. You know what? I'm just gonna... Should we do one more or should we leave it at that? It kind of is already looking weirdly better. But this is typically the point where you would get your, like, whatever this is. I was gonna say your rubbing fingers ready, and then I was just like, don't say that, Emmy, and then I said it anyway. So yeah, you just kind of massage it into your scalp. It's meant to absorb the oils so you don't look so greasy, right? And I think maybe part of the reason why it's white is so you can tell when it's actually been rubbed in. I don't know. This is meant to be for brunettes, so it's not so obvious. Like, it doesn't look like you have a bunch of white streaks in your hair. But still. Can you guys kind of see how it's blending in more? You can also use a brush. I would use one if I had one. But eventually, it should just look more or less normal. And sometimes people use this if they just want to add volume to their hair, even if it's already washed. So you just kind of like massage it in, and voila. Voila. I'm not sure. It probably looks worse in person. I don't know. But you can kind of get away with like one extra non-wash day. And yeah, if only, you know, the widow's peak would behave every once in a while. That's the secret, guys. If you're like, how does that person have such voluminous hair? And yeah, you kind of, you're suspicious that it's too good to be true. Maybe it's dry shampoo. And yeah, it smells nice too. It smells kind of coconutty. Yeah, a little bit coconutty, which reminds me of the beach. So yeah, that's the process. And my hair is still a bit curly from the last time I actually styled it. But the thing is, to use those like heating products and stuff, it's quite damaging to a person's hair, even if they use like, what's the word? Heat protectant spray. And so I try to stretch out the days between uses just so I can protect my hair a little bit, because obviously, you know, I want to treat it as nicely as I can. And sometimes that means being a bit of a grease ball. So yeah. And visibly, of course, go and do what you gotta do. I appreciate you, my friend. But yeah, it's like one of those random things that maybe, I don't know, some of you guys hadn't heard of before, because like I said, stereotypical, but it does seem to be more of a girly thing. So yeah, there you go. The girl world secrets revealed. I'm sure there's way more, but that's just something I thought would be fun. And yeah, actually, because I was doing more cleaning in this room, believe it or not, I found some of my old, like, you know, little tubs of like makeup and random stuff, this being one of them. And this, if you're an OG, you might remember, is filled with a bunch of glitter and stuff that I'm pretty sure is what I used for the stream where I did glitter over my whole entire face. And God, we don't need to revisit that, but yeah, it was some, like, I literally had tucked this away, and I'm pretty sure from when I moved here, I just put it away somewhere and just forgot about it. But since I've been, like, you know, moving stuff because my brother's coming back and also just trying to clean this room in general, I found it. And I was like, oh my God, my glitter stuff. I love glitter. You have no idea how much I love it. But yes, it's very pervasive. It gets everywhere. And, you know, if I was still in my old bedroom at my parents' place, I'd probably still be finding pieces of glitter. So years and years later. And I'm about to reintroduce it, guys. No, well, maybe. Because like I was saying, on Saturday, this Saturday, I have a very special event. And I was trying to keep it more low-key only because this is a one-day only event. And so in saying that I'm going to this thing, it's more or less giving my location away. But I trust you guys, and all the tickets at this point are sold out, I'm pretty sure, so it's fine. It's a 12-hour back-to-back Lord of the Rings movie marathon. And I'm going with a bunch of, like, my close friends who I adore, and we're all going to be dressing up like different characters from the movies. And it's going to be fucking amazing. I can't wait. I'm already there, basically, in my mind. And yeah, so I'm going to be dressing up as Arwen, which you guys know is the beautiful elf maiden who's like, her true love is Aragorn. And I've somehow convinced my friends. I don't know how I did this, by the way. First of all, I convinced them to come with me. That was the big thing. I was like, this is going to be a major pull. If I can get them to, like, I don't know, humor me for 12 plus hours, amazing. But I've also convinced, like, one of my best friends, Ragamuffin, you guys have met her before, to let me dress her up like a little elf maiden. And so it's going to be so good. That's where this comes in handy too. You have Liv Tyler vibes. Oh my gosh, that's literally the best thing, like the best compliment ever, because I'm obsessed with Liv Tyler. She's so beautiful, and you know, I don't think we can even be in the same sentence together. But God, every time I watch her, like especially in Lord of the Rings, I'm just like, she's offensively beautiful, and you can just tell that camera loves her, right? So yeah, my mom actually, did I show you guys this? I think I did already, or maybe not. For Christmas, my mom got me the necklace that she wears, and this is it. This is it. Forgive my unpainted nails. Now, I originally had a different necklace that was the same style, but it ended up getting, what's that word when like silver turns greenish? Like, was it rust? It was green rust. It oxidized. And I was really upset because like I was wearing it basically every day. And I was like, Mom, I love this beautiful present that you've given me, but like it's kind of getting ruined. What should we do? And so we eventually ended up taking the old one, like sending it back and then getting this. Yes, it's tarnished, yeah. And like, I was worried that I wouldn't get the new one in time before the actual marathon. And thankfully it came like, I think a week ago or something. And yeah, now I get to be the elf mistress of my dreams. And I'm going to have to try and pick out a dress that looks more elvish than normal. But it's going to be so great. And yeah, the glitter is going to be a huge portion of that too, because, you know, they're quite ethereal and quite otherworldly. So that's going to be fun. And I'll try and take some pictures if I can, if my friends let me. This is going to be like a fucking journey. Like, you know, the characters going on a journey. My friends and I will also be going on a journey because this is, yeah, 3 movies, the extended edition movies, with like 20 minutes in between to like eat food, drink water, go to the bathroom, all that stuff. And it's like starts at like 11 a.m. and finishes at like midnight. So it's going to be intense. Really for the most keenest of Lord of the Rings fans. But yeah, I can't wait. And that's why I kind of shifted around my schedule this week, because I knew that, yeah, I'm basically gone for the entirety of Saturday. And to be honest, I don't know how I'm going to feel on Sunday. My auntie also wants to do something with me that she didn't even tell me what it was. She was like, I've already booked it in, so we'll see how Sunday goes. I might be completely dead, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm very excited. And I have already seen the movies. I love the movies. But seeing them in theaters was like, it's like a dream come true, because I missed it the first time round. Like, I don't think I was even born necessarily. But I never thought that it would come back around in such a manner, right? Sometimes they have reruns and stuff like that. But because of the, is it 20th or 25th year anniversary? One of the two. They decided to have this like special event that's like literally one day only. And yeah, that's why I was like to my friends, oh my gosh, you have to do this, because like it's not going to basically happen again, at least for a very long time. And yeah, it's going to be at this very cool theater, which is basically like a historical theater with one big screen. And the tickets are general admission, excuse me. So what that means is there's no assigned seating. It's first in, first served. And so we're going to try and be there early. I have a feeling the line is going to be long AF no matter what time we get there. But so, yeah, it's going to be a whole day adventure, fully dressed in like medieval attire. My friend was saying that we should bring a change of clothes, like some PJs for the last like movie. And I was like, you know what, I'm down. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'm so excited. I've been literally hanging out for this for probably a month or more. And yeah, I haven't even sorted the rest of the logistics out, as in how we're going to get there, like if we're going to carpool, like what snacks we're going to bring. But yeah, I'm hoping that it all goes fine. And my friend's going to be making some food. I'm just going to buy some snacks. And yeah, my God, I'm going to try and smuggle in some fucking, you know, actual meals, full-on meals into the theater, just like in my coat or something. Like, hey kid, you want some soup? Anyway, so that's going to be lots and lots of fun. And yeah, I know I've talked on and off about my Lord of the Rings like fascination, but it's really going to be culminating this weekend. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. But yeah, we'll see about Sunday. I want to do my best to show up if I can. I don't know what my auntie wants to do with me. She's done this to me before, by the way. And one time she was like, Emmy, I want to have you for the entire day. I've got this whole thing planned for us. And I was like, okay, what is this? And I don't even know if I told you guys about this. It actually ended up being that she'd booked for the both of us it's not like a show. It was like an interview or like a speaking thing between Priscilla Presley and this random media interviewer lady. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got to see Priscilla Presley in real life, even though I was kind of far back. But yeah, so she does that sometimes. She like takes me on these like surprise little journeys. And at the time I was freaking the fuck out. Like, yeah, it's so cool, right? Like I was basically gobsmacked and I had no idea, and she planned this for so long. And so I have a feeling, I even joked with her, I was like, we're not seeing Priscilla Presley again, are we? But she was like, oh, like she's very coy, you know? And so I have a feeling it's one of those things, because I was like, I nearly said her name, Auntie, can't you like schedule it for the week after? And she's like, no, it's already booked in now. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see how we go. I literally have no clue. I don't know where it is. I don't know when it is, what it is. And so I'll have to, yeah, like keep you guys updated. But yeah, so Priscilla was very interesting. Priscilla Presley to see in real life and to listen to. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous individual. Like, she's tiny, by the way. Something that I've noticed whenever I've met anyone from like online or TV or movies, the first thing I always notice is how small they are in real life. Because back when I was doing like work experience at this radio station, like we got the chance to interview some like kind of B-list or even C-list celebrities. Austin Mahone was one of them, and I think Pia, if you guys know her, the musician, she was another one. And both of them were like minute in person, especially Pia. She looked like she was, you know, just shrunk. And the thing is, like, they look so larger than life on camera, and especially, you know, with framing and stuff, a person, especially if they're like the star of the show, they take up most of the frame. You assume that they're just like that in general when you look at them with your plain naked eyes. But no, most of them are quite small and tiny. And so Priscilla Presley is also like that. Her voice is so soft and buttery and so like almost like demure. You know what I mean? Like, she's got that kind of old school vibe, like kind of reserved, like, oh yes, it was a very interesting experience. But I will say, and look, guys, this is me some dropping some real, like, real life, real shit, like, kind of tea. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of tea. I say this with tenderness and with sincerity. There was a few moments where I felt a little bit, I don't know what the word is, not uncomfortable, but almost a little bit sad, because I think it became clear to me, and I'm pretty sure it became clear to the rest of the theater as well, that she was either extremely nervous, which is possible, but she's been doing this for a long time now, or she was kind of, you know, showing her signs of age, because there was more than one time where this happened during the interview where she would, like, repeat the same story that she just told, like, word for word, and, like, misunderstand the question. And that's really heartbreaking, you know? She is quite old now, it's true. And obviously everyone treated her with dignity and respect. But just to see someone like that in general is unfortunate. And she even said herself, like, she's kind of, when she's talking about her new book that came out, right, which I've already read fully, she said, the reason I wrote this, among many, is because she's basically like, you know, I'm at the end of my life. I'm pretty done. And yeah, she's 80. Fuck me dead. She was basically admitting that, like, she has done, basically, she's done it all, right? She wanted to write a book in her words, more or less. I have a feeling it was ghostwritten, but anyway, before anyone else got the chance to write about her and just, like, have the definitive, almost final say on her life. She was like, it's happened before where people have written about me and they haven't even, like, met me before. And she wanted to say her own stuff, right? Before, yeah, she kind of goes to see Elvis again, essentially. And I could sense that she was nervous a little bit, but more than that, I think she was starting to show the first signs of, like, I don't know, is it senility? Becoming slightly senile. And it's a horrible, like, I hate that word. It's so loaded and it's almost judgmental, but I literally only mean it in the most clinical sense. And when she repeated the same story word for word, everyone in the theater kind of looked around like, do we tell her that that's not what was asked? Like, that's not the question that was asked. But eventually I think she caught herself and she's like, actually, what was the question again? And then, like, yeah, there was a few times where she did that. And besides that, she's very, very lovely, very articulate, and actually quite forgiving. Because one time the interviewer asked her a question about the Colonel, right? Who's a very controversial figure now, especially after the Elvis 2022 movie, where he was kind of painted as, like, the main villain, who essentially worked Elvis to death, right? The interviewer asked a question which was pretty poorly worded, at least in my opinion. That was like, do you think the Colonel had anything to do with Elvis's death? And she asked that to Priscilla Presley. And Priscilla was like, no, not at all. And then the interviewer was like, is that unfair for me to say? And she's like, yeah, it is very unfair. Like, he treated Elvis like his own son. And I was, like, shocked to hear Priscilla Presley defending the Colonel. But, you know, like, I don't know what to make of it, essentially, but she said it, right? And yeah, that's a very, like, harsh way to phrase it. Like, I don't think the interviewer did that great of a job. Well, you know, how can you even measure something like that? But still, it was kind of awkward. It was a very awkward moment. And yeah, she defended the Colonel quite vehemently, which I wasn't expecting. And yeah, she said that the Colonel just didn't see Elvis properly. Yeah, it's definitely not a question I'd ask either. But, like, I don't know. I guess, yeah, she was very, like, even-tempered, more or less. Yeah, why would you kill your own cash cow? That's a very good point, actually. I think Priscilla Presley, her opinion, more or less, was that the Colonel tried his best and treated Elvis like his own son, but in the same way that sometimes you can miss the forest for the trees, he didn't know how to give Elvis what he needed to flourish. And that is a very generous way to look at the Colonel. It takes guts to go, like, outside of the mainstream. Like, instead of being like, yeah, he was a prick, you know, it's like, it's very easy to say that and put the blame all on one person because it feels narratively satisfying. You know what I mean? But I think Priscilla was trying to do something a bit more nuanced. And for whatever reason, she said that it's like a factorial approach. I don't think that's the right word, but she, yeah, essentially defended him. And it was a very awkward moment because the interviewer realized that she kind of, I don't know, put her foot in her mouth, essentially. I don't know if she was expecting Priscilla to just agree, like, very staunchly. But yeah. And that whole interview was very fascinating. I was freaking the fuck out just to be in the same room as her in general. And she told us some stories about Elvis that I'd never heard before, which was really, really cool. And also told stories about her life that I found fascinating and heartbreaking. Like, if you guys don't know too much about her, that's fair, right? But literally almost everyone that she's ever loved, like, passed away in the course of her life in kind of harrowing ways. And a lot of her family members and stuff were touched by, like, addiction and stuff like that. She had to go through, like, her son having, like, I think it was, like, heroin withdrawals or something like that. Multiple times she, like, brought him back from the brink of death. And it's like, holy shit, this woman has had a tragic and quite full life. And then there was something that almost made me cry. I don't even know if I can, like, repeat it here without crying. This is also in the book, which I didn't realize, I think, until after, like, when I fully read it. The interviewer was like, after taking stock of your whole entire life, Priscilla, everything that's happened in it, is there something that you would say to your, like, 14-year-old self, right? Like, you know, don't go to see Elvis, or, like, any advice that you would give. And what Priscilla said, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. Fuck me dead. Out of everything she could have said, every warning, like, every single piece of advice she could have given with her full, you know, current day knowledge to her little 14-year-old self, I'm pretty sure, paraphrasing, what she said was, what a ride. And, like, isn't that wonderful? Like, I don't know. There's something so beautiful about that. Like, basically no regrets, right? Just hang on tight. You're in for a ride. Yeah, it's so, like, it got me right in the feels. And I'm like, I'm trying to keep it together now as well. But, like, how incredible is it to have a life filled with tragedy, controversy, heartbreak, and of course, the good stuff, love, like, you know, relationships, friendships, children, to have it all blended together, and still, when given the option to change it or, like, tweak it, or even give yourself a bit of warning for what's to come, to, like, earnestly reject that and just be like, you're in for a ride. Fucking incredible. And so, yeah, I don't know, that was a very special moment. And my auntie literally held on to that secret that we were going to see her for, like, ages. And I had no clue for so long. I was like, where are we going? Like, we were on the train, like, heading towards this event. And I was like, are we seeing a movie, a play? Like, we're going out to eat or something? And she's like, keeping it very cool. And then as soon as we got to the center where it was happening, there were posters, like, showing who was basically speaking or, like, doing stuff that day. And I saw an interview with Priscilla Presley, and I just fucking lost it, right? I was like, oh my God, there's no way. And she was like, and, like, we hugged and stuff, and it was, like, a really nice moment. And yeah, I don't know. I'll always remember that day. It was so special to me. Seeing people that were also going, that were dressed like her as well, like her past looks and stuff, which must be so strange for her, right? And yeah, so I have no idea what the hell she's taking me to on Sunday, but I expect it's going to be something probably, let's be real, Elvis related. Though, yeah, I don't think Priscilla Presley is back in town. But yeah, she turned me into my 10-year-old Emmy. She always does. Like, she's good like that. She knows how to tug on the heartstrings, so to speak. And yeah, oh my gosh. So my weekend this week is going to be quite busy, but I'm going to make time for you guys somehow, some way, even if it means, like, an hour stream or something, like a short little thing in between, at some weird odd hour of the day. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm very excited, and I'll hopefully be able to tell you guys all about the movie and whatever it is that's happening on Sunday. Because, yeah, marathon. I don't know if I'm ready, guys. I'm going to need to, like, actually bring my A game so I'm not just falling asleep by the end of Return of the King. But, yeah. That's kind of my, what's the word? Like, itinerary for this week, and why I might be a little bit, like, distant from socials. Like, I've been trying to be more active, just a little bit here and there. Yes, lots of energy drinks, lots of like keeping you awake exercises, just like, you know, bright lights and loud music. But yeah, I'm very excited, and yeah, the only thing is I wish I could take you guys with me. That's always the thing, right? Yeah, definitely power naps, absolutely. You know, I'm not the stereotypical like influencer in the sense that like I have daily vlogs and stuff like that. Not that I'm opposed to the idea, but just like when it comes to the means, I don't think I have the means to do it on my own. Because, you know, I have flirted with the idea. The only thing is, if you're doing it on your own and you're like filming your own self instead of having a crew do all that stuff and like edit it for you, you're basically like kind of trading the actual moment for the video later, if that makes sense. Because I've attempted it, you know. I've tried to be the person that's like, hey guys, come with me, like look at me through my day, and I can't remember jack shit about what I actually did that day, because so much of that time was spent like in the meta of setting up the shot, getting the lighting right, making sure that, oh, can you repeat that so I can get it on camera? Like, you know what I mean? It's not my preferred style. And so, you know, I wish I could take you guys with me and share the experience. But yes, it will have to be after the fact in like a debriefing stream or something. Hopefully with the supplemental materials like the pictures and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's not like I'm opposed to the vlog genre. I just think if I were to do that, I would have to have people like doing the other stuff so I could actually be there present in the moment when it's happening. Like someone filming and someone doing like the audio and stuff. Because like otherwise, yeah, you literally lose your whole day to making it look like you had a day, you know? And I told this story once about how I was just posting a picture to the Discord a while back, right? And the picture, it was meant to show me just having a nice chill writing day at home. And to actually get the shot, right? Because I had, and this was actually true, like this was not contrived for the shot. I had like a bowl of cherries that I was eating, and I had my book and my pen, right? So that was true. And I looked at it through the like lens of my phone, right? Like the kind of the square frame that I was given. I was like, hang on, this looks kind of shit. This looks unaesthetically pleasing. So like, give me a sec. Let me just rearrange it so it looks nicer. Looked at it again. Let me just move the pen so it's like actually looking like slanted nicely on the book. And that went on, right? Until like an hour later, it finally looked fucking aesthetically, Instagrammably pleasing. And I was just like, I could have spent that hour actually writing and actually eating the cherries. Instead, I have created this false reality of what used to be an actual real reality, you know? And for what? It was just this kind of shameful moment, I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah, oh, the picture looked magnificent. That's the thing. The picture actually looked fucking, like, fantastic. It looked great. But it was like, at what cost? You know, at what cost? And that's like a microcosm of what I expect happens when you're doing, like, vlogs and stuff like that. You become so fixated and dedicated on the product that you actually miss out on the lived experience in the middle, like the fun part, you know? And it's a shame. I don't know, if there was a way to have the best of both worlds, then of course that would be my preference. But as it stands currently, you know, it's just me here. I don't have a fucking camera crew. I don't have a lighting guy holding the thing, whatever that's, you know, I don't have any of that. And in more ways than one, I think I prefer that. But yeah, it's just, it's important to me to like not only work within my means, but also like, yeah, try to service my actual creative like hobbies when I can, instead of just looking like I am doing stuff, you know? But yeah, I still have that picture. It's probably, you know, buried at the back of my camera roll. But it's like, that was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, wow, I really am the problem. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like every other fucking influencer that's posting a get ready with me that looks so natural, but it actually took 2 hours to film. Like, I made a vow to myself in that moment, like, I'm not doing that again. Like, no, I am not going to fall into the trap of making something look nice in, like, you know, at the expense of actually being productive. So if I can help it. But yeah, Doge, welcome in, and to our first time chatter, Angel Face. I love that name. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, guys. And so a lot of the times the thing that influences my actual like day-to-day life, my like behaviors and, you know, just general habits has more to do with flow than like whatever the word is, like efficiency maybe. I'm trying to work within my own weird, like my own weird constraints in my brain to make me actually more likely to do stuff than to just procrastinate and, like, you know, what's the word, like when you just kind of twiddle your thumbs around. And so, yeah, it's probably more efficient to do something XYZ in that kind of way. But I'm like, well, if this actually helps me do the thing at all, then I might do it YZX instead. So, yeah. Doge says, I still have this audio from you that I listened to as a piece of comfort. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you guys. Seriously. I've been on here on and off, and each time I've been received with so much grace. It's like incredible. And if I can give even a tiny, tiny slice, a fraction of that back, then that's everything to me. I'm glad to see you, my friend. And yeah. Anyway, I've kind of just been talking about random stuff today. It is Wacky Wednesday after all. But oh yeah, so I wanted to talk more about the maid stream that we did. And I want to hear what you guys thought. Was it fun for you all? Did you have a nice time? Was it what you expected? Was it not? Why or why not? Trust me, guys, I'll be updating my camera stuff. I know it's important, apparently, when I'm dressed like a maid. But yeah, I actually had more fun than I was expecting. Not because I didn't expect to have a great time, right? I always have a great time when I'm here with you guys. But like, I was more nervous than anything, I think. And also wondering, like, is this going to change things? Change how I view myself, how other people potentially view me? But I think I learned that integration is potentially easier than you might expect. And so, for anyone that's, yeah, Angel, a bit new to this place, the most recent stream before this one was one where I dressed up like a slutty little maid. And it's not usual for this channel to, like, it's not always like this type beat. But it was a weird, like, aligning of the stars, and it was like a Valentine's Day special event stream, right? Yes, it was a thirsty costume, to say the least. And so I was nervous, and I didn't really know how I was going to feel. I was like, oh, this might be bad, right? But I actually had a fantastic time. We ended up streaming for a few hours longer than usual because you guys kept fucking subscribing, which is, of course, like, always, like, intensely gratifying. It was like an impromptu chore-a-thon, so that was fun too. But yeah, when I talk about integration, I mean, like, you know, each and every one of us, we have different, like, sides of ourselves, you know? We have maybe the professional side, and then the more silly side, or like the serious side, and then like the slutty side. Like, we have different modes, different ways of being and moving through the world. That's normal, right? I think my biggest, like, worry was what happens if those, like, some of those kind of collide and kind of come together. And I didn't know what was going to happen or what to expect. but I went for it anyway. And I think I realized like it doesn't have to be that big of a deal. Like you can integrate those parts of yourself in a safe, manner, in a safe space, and it actually feels like good, like to be more of who you are, or at least like, yeah, joining disparate parts into one. It's cool. It's like it almost becomes a thing that's larger than the sum of its parts. And so, yeah, that was fun. And I know it's like it's funny to get that little mini revelation from dressing up slutty on the internet for people to look at. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take insight wherever I can get it from. And I should also say, a large part of that feeling of safety came from you guys being so, so sweet about it all. Like, there were multiple times throughout the previous stream where I was almost like goading you guys a little bit to see what would happen. Like, if I invited, in a certain sense, some level of objectification or like some level of thirsty behavior. And at each time, with every poke from me, like, you guys responded with intense, like, gentleness and like almost courtliness, right? And that's how I know you guys are real ones. It's like, even when it's like the most sanctioned moment in time, right, to be potentially thirsty or like say something kind of out of pocket, you had perfect manners, right? And made me feel so comfortable. And it was a moment of realization for me, like, okay, these people, they're actually like real. They're real, recognized as real. And yeah, sure, we had a couple of people that just said something a bit, a little bit too far, and I got rid of them instantly. But yeah, it was really cool. And when I say that this is probably, the nicest corner on the internet, I don't say it lightly. You guys are incredible. Like, I don't know many other chats where the streamer could dress up, slightly provocatively, if we're going to use that word, sluttily, and have the chat more or less control themselves. Like, it's impressive and it's fun, and it invites more of the same kind of playfulness and openness. And so, I don't know, it was cool. And yeah, genuine people is a great way to put it. Real people that, yeah. I don't know. I was a bit anxious, Angel Face, at the start. But I think I quickly learned that you guys are just so sweet. And, yeah, I'm grateful. So, thank you. The fit was fun, but I love the insight and the songs more. That's very sweet, Cody. And yeah, we got a lot done, actually, during that stream. And I was worried the whole time about my wardrobe falling over. It actually didn't during the stream, weirdly enough. But it was either probably wasn't that night, because I basically went straight to bed. The day after, it fell over. So it's back up there now, but it's hanging on by a thread. I don't think I could have pulled it off. Hey, you never know. Yeah. Mm. We all know there's no point matching the thirst levels anyhow. None of us are Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think I'm probably the thirstiest one around here. Like, the stuff that I've said, either, consciously or like Freudian slip wise, have been way thirstier. And yeah, I was just very pleasantly surprised. I gave you guys moments, like opportunities to like not show your true colors, because I already know you guys are wonderful people, right? But to just see what would happen with the kind of normal restraints of civility slightly loosened. And in those moments, you guys just proved more of what I already knew, that you are incredibly generous, kind, sweet, and yeah, it made me happy. So I don't know, maybe it's just a long con to get me in more maid outfits more often, but that's okay with me. Because it was fun for me too. Like, as someone who is self-described as enjoying dressing up and like playing in characters and playing in costumes, that's like my ideal situation. And yeah, it's not a long con. Yeah, I mean, Cody, the thing is, you guys have been from the very beginning, like unflappably like courteous, and so it's almost impossible to be that wonderful for that long. And yeah, it's like it brings me great comfort. So it is a long con, sorry. The duality of man right there. But anyway, yeah, I had fun, and I will say, like, look, I made however many subs there were, I can't remember. It's a non-negligible amount of money, you know what I mean? Like, it's a type of thing that makes me think, okay, shit, let's not get too ahead of myself here, because it's so easy to get not used to it, but like to feel almost like, okay, well, if my next stream is back to normal, whatever normal looks like, then something's wrong. To just accept the fact that it's going to be kind of up and down, right? And I will try my best to put that money back into the stream somehow, and the channel somehow. But yeah, it's like, it's not nothing, nicht nix, as they say, and in German. And like, yeah, the thing is, like, Twitch does take half, but if people can watch this channel like ad-free for a month and hopefully, you know, have just a more well-rounded experience, then that's, yeah, it's worth it to me. So a green screen, I do actually have a green screen. It's somewhere, it's probably up there actually, from like ages and ages ago. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I've been getting more and more out of my comfort zone, even though it seems so much like a small leap. It's actually, yeah, quite meaningful. So I appreciate it, guys. And who knows what other outfits are on the horizon. We'll have to see. But yeah. And I actually fucking ended up cleaning my room as well, right? Like, that's crazy, right? I was dressed like a maid, which is the meme, but I actually genuinely cleaned. Like, I got a lot done, and it looks like nothing happened because there's more clothes there now. But by the end of that stream, I was like, wow, this room looks so different to how we started. And so in what world does, like, is there a job where you can be productive, sexy, do whatever you want, start whenever you want, flexible as hell, like, get paid to get told that you look sexy? It's like a very, very niche kind of situation to be in. And so I was just like pinching myself. What even is my life? I do not know. And yeah, like the silliness, like the jester outfit. Oh my god. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm very tempted to go full on jester mode. I feel like that's real. Oh yeah, and then I think it was Pixel in the Discord posted a picture of Germa, or a screenshot of Germa wearing the jester outfit that looked almost identical to the one that I have. And that was not planned. Like, you guys think, oh yeah, Emmy must have got that on purpose, right? But no, like, I found it in an op shop like an hour away from where I live because I was just out and about, and I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, jester, that's fucking hilarious. Of course I'm gonna get that. And it was like $4. And then apparently, because Germa's done everything, right? He's already done it all. There's a whole video of him in that same outfit, like doing weird jestery things. Of course there is, right? And so, yeah, we're meant to be, guys. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just very eager to try on more and more costumes, and you do seem like you'd just randomly have a jester outfit. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I do think that's true. Like, where is it? It's over there now. And it's funny. Oh, I know this is also part of the meme, but like, you know, I was dressed up like a slutty, sexy maid, right? You guys were respectful AF. So nice, so sweet, like completely keeping yourselves behaved and under control. The minute I put on the fucking jester hat, like, that's when the real thirstiness starts. And it's just like, a fucking course, that's how it goes in this channel. You know what I mean? Like, a fucking course. I put on the jester hat, and then like, yeah, that's when people start like actually arcing up. It was funny as, and it's like, it's the best of both worlds because, you know, you get the cheeky, naughty side of things, but also it's done in a safe container because it's done through the lens of such absurdity. It's like, I don't know. You saw chat develop kinks in real time. Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, none of that stuff was planned, right? I didn't actually even want, like, I hadn't planned on wearing it that stream because, I just gotten it randomly. I thought, oh, I'll save this for another time. And so when stuff like that just kind of happens organically, it just, I don't know, it feels even better because it's like, wow, I could not have planned this better if I tried, And you definitely did keep me offbeat. That's true. It's the fun thing, because of course I can try and look as sexy and slutty as I want in, my actual put together real outfit. But yeah, all of that, just is blown out of the water by if I can just a hat and collar. So yeah, it just made, I don't know, it made me smile because yeah, I don't have to choose essentially. I don't have to choose between sexy and funny or I don't know, safety and thrillingness. Like what we've talked about before, something very important to me is that idea of the or, right? Instead of X or Y, or, and it doesn't just mean both or neither. It means I reject the notion that there are only two things to choose from in general. I want to be able to make my own question. And yeah, anyway. Does that make sense? Or. And so, yeah, charity shops, that's right, or thrift stores. But yeah, you've really just summarized why a certain type of person finds Aubrey Plaza extremely attractive. She's also just generally extremely attractive physically, but yes, I think that's true. But yeah, anyway, it was fun. I liked it. And look, like I've said, it's not going to become like a mainstay of this channel, right? But, it's not totally out of the question to revisit that type of thing. So, funny people are hot. I completely agree. When people ask me, what's my type? I think the top of the list is probably funny, Because, I don't know, if you can make me laugh, then you can basically make me do anything else. Wait, don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's of course, physical appearance matters in the grand scheme of things. It's a factor. I think I would be dishonest to say otherwise. But it's usually something that is an extra bit of spice as opposed to the other way around. And so, quoted. It's if you look through my list of crushes throughout, the years of us getting to know each other, I'm pretty sure the main through line, the thing that all of them have in common, is that they're very, very funny, individuals. Even Elvis, who is obviously, at least according to me, quite physically appealing. He's also, and this is something some people don't know about him, he was fucking hilarious. He was a prankster. He was quite quick-witted, and when he was in his element, he was very, very switched on. And I find that kind of intelligence in service of comedy quite funny. So yeah, make Emmy laugh. You guys already do, so that's why I'm in trouble. I have to control myself instead of the other way around. But yeah, funny people are definitely hot, and it's it's not only because you feel you can be yourself around them and you feel safe, but it implies stuff that they don't take life too seriously, that they're kind of more playful and flexible, and where else could that extend to? Who knows? But yeah, it's something that I look for very, very seriously when it comes to friends or whatever. Is this person funny? Are they going to, I don't know, play along, essentially? If someone plays along with the bit, that's a really good sign to me, because I'm always coming up with random bullshit. If I'm hey, I want to put on this jester hat and just pretend to be a jester for a bit. If someone's that's a fucking dumb idea, put it away, I'll be oh, noted. But if someone's yeah, okay, I'll put the collar on you, it's okay, well, there's my, my partner in crime type beat. And so, yeah. Well, someone being funny is a good thing, is a good time. You can have amazing face genetics and be boring. Yeah, it's a sad thing, actually, but I've met people that are physically very, very, beautiful, right? Or handsome. But then you get talking and it's well, we don't really have any connection. Like there's no spark, there's no thing that actually creates further intrigue, you know? And it's happened to me before, like when I was fucking just out of high school maybe, or like first, second year uni. I went out with this guy who I thought was super, super smoking hot. And I was like, oh, I couldn't wait, right? I was so excited. We went on this date and like, there was just nothing there. And I was like trying so hard, like to be engaging and to like, I don't know, just give this person my full attention, the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe he's nervous. That's fine. That's fine. Like I wanted so badly to actually like this person and like want to go on another date. But I don't know, it didn't really go anywhere because he was just handsome and that was it. So yeah, it's one of those things. And of course, like we parted amicably. And I think he's probably gonna, or he's already probably found someone by now that's like compatible in the ways that he probably needs someone to be compatible with him. But for me, I was just like, I was struggling, guys. You know, I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie. Harry, hello, hello, hello. A wink. Okay, this is for you. Ready? Ding. Speaking of Harry's, there was, you know how I went to that party a few weeks ago where I first wore the maid outfit? There was a guy they called Harry who was the cowboy. Very, very cute guy. But yeah. I've met a lot of Harrys in my life actually, and for some reason they're all cute. What's up with that? I don't know. But yeah, I even have a poem that I don't know if it's not on my website because it's a bit more like racy than some of the others. A poem that I wrote for a guy in university whose name was also Harry. And oh my God, this guy, he was also a writer. This was like our creative writing class, I think, where we met. And his work was actually really good. And that was a relief because sometimes in school, like you're in a class with people and you're like, I don't know. It's just, we're all still learning. So sometimes it's like, oh, the writing is etsy-getsy, so in Greek. But his writing is great. It was like actually really engaging and, you know, we were like just writing each other things and it felt really interesting to be kind of like on the receiving end of being written about because I so often do that for my friends and family and stuff. I was like, oh, wow, this is how it feels, right? And I wrote him a poem. He wrote me a poem back and we kind of just kept going like that. We've lost touch now, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I was like, oh, Harry. So there's a poem in my phone called Harry for Harry. And I don't think I can even read it out loud, but yeah. Lots of good memories associated with different Harrys across my life. So, did I have better shorts to wear with the maid? Okay, with the maid outfit on the party. No, it was actually no shorts. It was just lingerie. Like I can't even. You get the picture. I wore shorts on stream because like I wanted to be a little bit more professional, but on the actual party day, like I was just like, you know what, lacy little, you know, something, and yeah, that made the stakes a little bit higher. I'm not gonna lie. So, but yeah. As for what I do for a living, this is it. This is basically it. But yeah. It was a birthday party and the dress-up theme was Slut Mania, so take that as you will. Yeah, I tried not to literally flash everyone with every move that I made, but it's, pun intended, sometimes it's unavoidable, so my friends, I don't know how they felt about it. But yeah, I remember at the party, there were a few times where I was being a bit teasing, and I was like asking my friends, oh, like, do you like my outfit? You know, it's a very innocent question on the surface, but with added context of what we're actually, like, where we are and what I'm actually wearing, it's a bit more loaded, you know? And so a few times, like, I was just like, oh, you like my outfit? And they were just like, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool, great, I'm glad. The cowboy, he was very cute. He was wearing a, like, plain, I think it was either a white singlet or a white t-shirt, I can't remember, and just like blue denim jeans and a belt, right? Very standard cowboy outfit, kind of arguably low effort, but you know, considering that my friends actually came as a full-on cowboy, like with the whole thing, right? And then, so they were a pair, a cowboy and the horse. So that's what they were up against, right? But this cowboy, the Harry one, he like kind of came in, right, to the party, looked around, saw how everyone else was dressed, and immediately was like, okay, I get the vibe, and like took off his shirt. So like for the rest of the party, he was shirtless. So I was like, you know what, this guy's all right. He's very willing to adjust to the vibe, and yeah, he was kind of interesting to get to know. The first thing I said to him was, "Are you a real cowboy?" And I don't know why I said that. I just think he like looked like he could have been one for real. And then yeah, I did this, tickled him with the feather duster like I was doing to everyone, and then he had like a fucking flashback, a PTSD flashback or something to a time where he was like at a sex club in Berlin, and this was literally like our first conversation that we'd ever had. And I was like, damn, okay, well, it was funny, like just what a way to get to know people, right? Thrown into the deep end. And so yeah, there was no Speedos, but there was lots of short shorts, and my God, some of the outfits were pretty intense, and some of the like sayings on the outfits, you guys heard me like talk about it last time, but it was funny. And yeah, meeting people in that way is very interesting. It's not like a typical party, because, you know, a typical party involves a bit of like breaking the ice at the start, a bit of nerves and awkwardness as you sort of feel out the vibe. But once you go into a party where the title is Slut Mania, and there's like people playing Twister on the ground, and like there's fucking snacks that are like slutty snacks that are exactly how you imagine them to be. Like the ice is already broken. It's fucking incinerated, you know? And so like it was almost like the awkwardness had already passed before anyone had even got there. And yeah, not a bad way to be. So I got to meet some people, like so it was my friend who had this party, some of my friends' friends that I'd never met before. And yeah, it's no surprise to me that they were cool, chill individuals. The thing that was surprising was that I hadn't met them before this, like that we'd never met in like 10 plus years of knowing, like both of us knowing the one guy, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, I don't know, maybe he was trying to keep his two worlds from colliding, but, you know, he invited us all, so there we go. And yeah, I had fun. Like, God, the only difficult part was actually walking to the apartment complex, but that's the whole thing. And I ended up getting my friend for his birthday some handcuffs and massage oil, and I was just like, in my card, I hope these come in handy. So yeah, no word on if they have or have not, but I guess I'll keep you guys in the loop. And yeah, on the like Facebook event, I think he'd written something like, it'll be our first and possibly only Slut Mania ever. So yeah, we'll see. There might be a round 2 next year, but yeah. Good Lord. What is my life, guys? I literally have no idea. And yeah, that's why I actually had the maid outfit available for the stream. Like, it was a happy accident in a sense. And it happened to fall on Valentine's Day, the maid stream. And yeah, the rest is history, I suppose. So kind of a bunch of weird things had to align, and sometimes life just be that way. We had Jack, who was so kind, like just dropping subs left, right, and center. And I was like, what am I, like, how do I even attempt to repay this generosity? Let's try and do like a little kind of impromptu mini event stream. And yeah, it's very, very like kind of, I don't know. it's almost like I was not even in control of what was happening, but things were just happening to me in a sense. Like sometimes you get in that flow state. It happens when I'm writing as well, where like you just become more or less the vessel for things to flow through. And it's not a bad way to be. It can be a bit scary, but like ultimately it feels cool. Like, oh my gosh, things are happening, things are moving, and there's a sense of direction and purpose instead of being like, well, what the fuck do I do now? Which is, I think, something I felt more when I first started streaming. Like, what do I talk about? What events do I do? Like, how do I keep people interested for hours at a time? Do I even dare to believe that I can talk for that long and keep a single train of thought like together? I don't know. But yeah, you know, it's been 2 hours now and I feel like I could just keep going. Going and going. So, yeah. Anyway. Sometimes I wonder like how weird or outside the norm is my actual life? And I don't really know how to answer that. But certainly it feels a bit surreal sometimes. Especially like, you know, in recent times getting the fucking Austin Butler cardboard cutout. And like, it's not only that, but just like the reason for it too. Like the fact that we're having a wedding stream and it's not even going to be me getting married to Austin Butler, but Gemma. It's just like, yeah, something out of a, I don't know, like a sitcom or something. And so it's kind of cool, not going to lie. It feels almost like I get to write my own story for my own life. And that's a privilege. It's not something that just anyone can do. I recognize it's something that is born from having already amassed, you know, a fair bit of privilege. And, you know, if I were really, really struggling, I wouldn't be able to stream at all. I'd just be working my ass off like 24/7, right? And so I'm lucky that I have like a good support system, friends and family and stuff. And you guys, my website, like all the little things, it all adds up. And so, yeah. I feel pretty lucky. And I don't know. I just hope that I'm able to keep doing this for as long as possible because like the future, like the internet in general and like being a person on the internet is a precarious situation to be in. Like you never know if something's going to happen and like, oh, well, Vine's dead. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's move to YouTube. Okay, the adpocalypse is upon us. All right, well, let's move to this. Okay, Twitter's been taken over by fucking Elon Musk. All right, well, it's just a very volatile place to kind of put your livelihood into. And so there are times where I get myself into an existential crisis, I'm not going to lie, but I try my best to take it step by step and be like, you know what? I'll adapt, whatever happens, you know? I was okay before I started streaming and I'll be okay after, just a little bit sad because of course I'd miss you guys. But for as long as, you know, Twitch is a thing and I can do this safely and you guys will have me, well, that's basically all I want to be doing, you know? Like, I don't think I'm cut out for a regular 9 to 5, guys. Like, I mean, I've tried it. I've had jobs on and off. You've heard me talk about them in extensive detail. But like, I don't know. Where else can you have this kind of craziness? I think I've been too spoiled to go back. So, but yeah. Anyway. If I talk too much about it and if I think too much about it, I get way too in my feels. But yeah, it makes me a little bit sad to think about how much time last year I spent away from streaming. I mean, you guys know there was reasons for it and stuff. Yeah, I felt the absence, Cody. I felt it too. And this may sound completely hard to believe, right? Because like every online influencer, persona, whatever, they say this, right? I don't know how they feel about it, but when I say it, I actually genuinely fucking mean it. Like when I'm away from streaming, I think about you guys, like individually, you know? Of course, you know, it depends on how well I know people, but I'll be like, oh, I wonder what Cody would think about this from out and about. Or like, oh, that thing that I just saw reminds me of what Ben said in this other stream. And it's like, not streaming, like it does, it's like, okay, the friendships and the stuff we talk about, the conversations, it sticks with me. Like it's something that I take with me in my day and I cherish, you know, like it's not something that, you know, streaming is my job and then as soon as it's done, I'm like, oh, I hated that. You know what I mean? Like it's something that's, and this is the word, right? Integrated into my life and hopefully becoming more and more integrated in a healthy way. And so it's like something that is important to me. And I mean it. Like I actually think about you guys, what you think about certain things that I just saw, or like, oh yeah, that'll be a funny story to tell like tonight because we were just talking about this other thing, right? And so it's really interesting. And thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Like how you can meet people online who you may not have ever been able to access or reach otherwise. And you can click like that, right? Mm. And yeah, it is a pretty small, like tight-knit crew. I completely agree. And for so long, I was nervous. I was too scared to be too, whatever the word is, lovey-dovey, because I wanted to be responsible. And like, I don't know, parasociality can be tough. It's easy to take advantage of people. Like there is a power imbalance and I was trying to mitigate that, like, I don't know, the amount of power imbalance, if that's even a thing you can control. Then I realized I was holding back genuine, like, I don't know, affection or whatever the word is. Genuine sentiment, maybe. Genuine positive regard. And that's not something that I ever want to do ever again. Like, if I feel like I want to say, hey man, I love your vibe, or like, I love your outlook on this, or I feel a certain way about you. Like, I never want to hold that back again because it feels so unnatural to me. And in the holding back, it creates this tension that I don't want to, I don't want to walk around with, like, I don't want to live with anymore. And so, yeah, it can be hard to meet genuine people. It's true. We're becoming increasingly individualized, atomized, and the internet is both the problem and the solution. But there are good, genuine people out there. Like, I have to believe that, and I do. I think that it's more about, I don't know, knowing where to look, and often knowing where to look comes from radically looking at your own self first and then deciding where to put yourself, you know? Like, you can't walk into a fucking rock climbing club if you hate rock climbing and then wonder why you're not getting along with people that always just want to go rock climb. You know what I mean? It's like, find your tribe and like be intentional about it. So, yeah, there's dozens of us, guys. Yeah, essentially just be yourself. And again, it's like one of those things that sometimes sounds so annoying because it's like, how? If you're already uncomfortable with yourself, how do you just be yourself? And I think it comes in little increments of radical, like, self-acceptance. Like, deciding to dress how you want despite what people may say. Doing your hair how you want. Or, like, speaking up on certain, like, topics, even if you might get, like, I don't know, if you might lose friends or whatever. And so it doesn't happen all at once. And I think the shift would be too much if it did happen all at once. But over time, you kind of start orienting yourself like, you know, a compass pointing towards whatever your true north is. And when you get there, when you feel it, it's like, it's a relief. And so sometimes that's a good way to know if you're on the right track. Like, if you feel like, oh, okay, I'm like, you know, relaxed, I'm in the zone, or if you feel like you're resisting something. So, there's a story actually, which I don't know if I've told before. I'm sorry, I keep doing this because my mouth is dry AF. I spent some time talking with a guy ages ago, and I think it quickly got pretty toxic or like not healthy for either of us. But in the moment, because it felt so thrilling and like kind of, I don't know, like a movie, I didn't realize it. And so eventually I was just like, I had to disengage myself, right? Which I was sad about because I genuinely had pretty mixed but strong emotions about this person. So it was one of the hardest things, to just like all of a sudden be like, you know what, this is not good for either one of us. I'm stepping away. That's it. It took a while for me to be okay with that, because I was thinking about this person a lot and being like, maybe I should message them again and like just get back in contact. But then there was some point in the future, I think it was maybe months, probably multiple months into the future, where I thought about that person and I thought about reconnecting with them. And then I got this wave of pure relief once I realized, wait a minute, I never have to talk to them again if I don't want to. And that relief was the biggest signal of clarity that I think I've ever experienced, because it was like, wait, you're just about to willingly walk back into that situation that was really, really horrible. You know what I mean? Like, don't do it. And so if you can find those moments where your body or your brain or whatever you want to describe it as is actually giving you this, the fucking red, like neon flashing light of like, don't do this, or yes, do this, like observe and respect that feeling, because it is extremely, extremely helpful. And so, yeah, it's tough, you know. I was no angel in that situation either, so let it be known. Like, it wasn't like, oh, poor Emmy, you know. It was like, okay, this is obviously just a not great scenario for either person. But like, it's weird to actually want something that's bad for you. It's almost similar to the Odin and Ada situation, two characters of mine that I write about often. And like, it's weird to want something that's bad for you, that hurts you actively, but you almost start to want to be hurt in a weird way, because it feels so intense that it's like proof of care or something. And when you pull away from that, you feel weird that you're not being actually hurt, weirdly enough. Or like, you feel that something's wrong because you're lacking in intensity, but what you lack in intensity, you make up for in safety. And so for a long time, I was like, maybe I should message this person again, right? Like, just see how they are. And I knew more or less it was a bad idea, so I never did, right? But I still felt like it, still wanted to, right? And it was only until probably, yeah, I'm going to say roughly 6 months. I don't know how long it actually was, where I had that thought. And then finally, the actual sensibleness came over me, that wave of pure relief, knowing, because I was trying to really get deep into my own mind, like, what would happen if I did message this person again? We'd ostensibly get to talking again, and the whole same thing would just happen all over again. And so having gone through it in my mind, and then pulling back and realizing, oh, wait, I can just not do that. Relief. And I was like, well, that's probably the best sign out of any that I could get to point me towards the right direction. And yeah, it's funny. It wasn't even a breakup. Like, this was not a romantic situation. This was, well, it was almost like an emotional enmeshment with someone. Like, we're talking like 24/7, like really, really, really close. And yes, definitely complicated. And just trying to get a rise out of each other because it was fun, like to say stuff that would affect the other person. Just like work them up and just see how much you can push someone's buttons, kind of thing. But eventually, like, it stops becoming play and starts becoming something else. And yeah, it just got really unhealthy. And yes, you're right, Cody. Sometimes you accept the hurt because you still want a connection. It's sad. I've had multiple times in my life where I've had to just let people go for whatever reason. And it's not because one person is evil and the other person's an angel. It's like just an incompatibility at that moment in time. And so, yeah, sometimes you do just have to walk away, as much as it hurts and you feel like, oh, is this even the right decision? But yeah, it's really tough. And obviously you guys know, like, I love people so much that it's a shame, right? But I think it's in service of my sanity. So yeah, I'm an angel. You're the only one that can claim that angel face. So, but yeah, I don't know. Intensity can often be very attractive because it's like, it feels so like a whirlwind, like you're just swept up into this chaos, this larger than life feeling that is very appealing and attractive. But intensity is no replacement for genuine, healthy connection. You know, you can have a genuine, healthy connection that also has its moments of intensity. But if you're just propping up a toxic relationship with intensity, then it's bound to just get ugly. And so, how does one let themselves go? I think weirdly enough, you have to trust yourself to meet yourself wherever it is you need to go. Like sometimes you do have to actually let yourself go in the sense of like letting go of your own habits that are holding you back. It's easier said than done, but yeah, it's like being radically open and honest and being like, okay, Emmy, your sleep schedule sucks. We know that. We've always known that. How are we going to fix it? And, if we can't go all the way to like a perfect fucking, waking up at 6 a.m., going to bed at 9 p.m. situation, then how can we at least do some damage control? Like, no more all-nighters, even if you want to. No more like, energy drinks past a certain time. Like find some ways to like engage in harm reduction if you can't go all the way. And to actually have the courage to actually look at yourself, to say that in the first place. It's often painful, especially if it's stuff that's, I don't know, like embarrassing maybe, but it's worth it, I think. And I don't know. I'm not a licensed therapist. I should have that like written in a banner on this fucking screen, but yes, I don't know. It's a good place to start. It all starts with you doing some serious soul searching, and whatever it is you find will be the first piece of the puzzle and will hopefully tell you what to do next. But I'm no expert. I'm just fucking going through the motions like everyone else and learning stuff and making mistakes sometimes, circling back. It's frustrating at times, but it's literally the only way to improve. So but yeah, you're worth it, guys. That's right. You're worth your own you're worth being held up to your own standards, if that makes sense. Like in the past I said this, that like I hold people to high standards, and it's a compliment. It's not meant to induce pressure and create false, like, I don't know, like a false situation where I know that this person can't do this thing. I believe in people's potential. So like I'll hold you to a high standard because I think you can reach it. And in fact, I find the inverse insulting. Like there's kind of a meme, sometimes it goes around like it's like doomer adjacent, that like, I keep my expectations low so I'm never disappointed. And it's like, well, that's just a depressing way to live life, because that's not even true necessarily. You can keep your expectations on the fucking floor and someone will find a way to dig a hole and go under. You know what I mean? It's like, at least if you try to raise your expectations, people will try to meet you there, and they'll only meet you like wherever you're willing to like set the bar. So I have high expectations as a way to prove my trust in people and their ability. And if they fall short, it's okay. It's about the trying. If they exceed it, then of course they deserve all the like accolades and praise. But no, I do not have low expectations of myself or of other people, because I think that's actually insulting. And I don't know, I see more in people. So it sounds weird and a little bit counterintuitive, but Hacker CD just made me fucking laugh. I just realized how that looks, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it makes me seem like a really strict kind of like, taskmaster or whatever, to have high expectations. It sounds like, oh, okay, Mrs. Fucking Miss Trunchbull type beat. But I think it's more out of a sense of wanting to respect the potential that I see in people. Like, I believe in you, bro. And if I believe in you, then I have to set my expectations somewhere, right? Like if I said I believe in you and then my standard at the bar is like right down here, then it's kind of like, well, you clearly don't believe in me that much. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I just like my actions to follow my words and vice versa. And it's never about like, oh, well, if you don't meet these expectations and you're out, buddy. Like, no, it's not like that. It's more like, this is where I feel like you can get to, and I'm willing to help you get there. But if we get even around here, that's kind of cool too. Like, it's fine. Whatever happens, it's more about setting the goal in the first place. So, but yeah. It's never wrong to want to believe. Yeah, I think belief, I'm not religious, but I do have a lot of faith and belief in my material world, as in the people that I'm around, the people that I'm with, that I choose to hang out with. Yeah, and you guys, of course. So it's why I'm even here in the first place, like on this stream. If I didn't believe in the stuff we talked about, and if I didn't believe in you guys and people's ability to learn and grow, then I could just fucking, I don't know, get a job at Macca's and put the fries in the bag. You know what I mean? But I believe in the kind of, I don't know, mission statement that art, and I guess specifically poetry in this case, is like a tool that can make people's lives better. And I want to be a part of that if I can be, helping people make their own lives better. Like, I can't make your life better necessarily, but I can potentially help you make your life better. And that's amazing. That's worthwhile to me. Like, hell yeah. So, I'm more on the consumption side of Mackey's. Oh my God. I don't know why Mackey's just cracked me the fuck up. And by that I mean I destroy a McChicken sandwich and an apple pie right now. Don't get me started on the apple pies. Like, I've been off Macca's for like multiple years at this point. I don't even know how many. And still, the McFlurries, the thick shakes, the nuggets, and the apple pies, that was like my that was my kryptonite. So please don't tempt me. But yeah, I don't know. Streaming and stuff, it has its lucrative moments, of course. You guys saw a couple of those recently. But if I spread it out over the amount of like days streamed and hours streamed and stuff, it's probably less than minimum wage, like if I were working at Macca's. So, but I don't get to do cool shit at Macca's, do I? Like, I don't get to dress up like a maid, though that could be interesting. I don't get to talk about poetry for hours on end. I don't get to bring my friends in and like talk to awesome people. Like, I imagine at Macca's I would just get drinks thrown in my face and like, yeah, when people grab the ice cream from upside down. So it's yeah, it's pros and cons everywhere. But yeah, the apple pies aren't what they used to be. Or are you just telling me that so I feel better? No, I'm gonna choose to believe that. The old school deep fried ones were an experience. Oh yeah, usually because of the searing pain they were actually a pastry encased with lava flow. Yeah, tell me about it. Still, my favorite dessert, probably for the longest time, was apple pie. I don't know if it has changed, actually. At this point, froyo? It's probably on par with froyo, frozen yogurt. But yeah, for the longest time, my favorite dessert was apple pie. So, you're speaking my language. With vanilla ice cream too. But yeah. Guys, should I just get a job at Macca's? What do you reckon? I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like I would want to jump off the friggin' Macca's slide to my doom if I were to work there. Yeah, I fucking hate it. You should do what you enjoy. That's a beautiful motto. And yeah, I wish I could grant that to everyone also. Please don't. It might take you away from us again. Oh, you can't talk like that or else I'll cry. Yeah, nah. I mean, I respect people that work, like, well, in general, but like in those fast food places, like it can't be easy. My brother did a short stint at a different like fast food place for a while, and oh my god, it sounded like a fucking boot camp. He like he told me about how he'd have to like clean the like scrub the what is like the grill, like the yeah, the deep fryer and the grill and stuff at the end of the night, and how it would take is something going on in Discord? I can check that real quick. And how it would take hours and hours. Like, I don't know what it was, but like he'd come home like fucking midnight when he was meant to come home at like 10, and we'd be like, what happened, bro? It was like, oh yeah, they made me clean out the fucking deep fryer. So yeah, it was like not great. He wasn't at the front of the like register though, so like he at least didn't have to talk to customers. There's an image. All right, I'll take care of it. This happens sometimes, guys. It's annoying, but you know. Easily fixed. Was there anything else? I should probably time that person out or something. Or ban them. What do you think? Just that? Okay. This happens sometimes where like a bot will post something in literally every single channel, and I don't know if there's a way to like get rid of it all in one go, but I have to go through each and every single individual one. All right, yeah. Okay. But yeah, okay, nothing too crazy. See, and it's in a weird way, it's a blessing that's like the you know, very rare occasion where something kind of sus will happen, right? Like this may be making me a bit too vulnerable right now, but like I don't really have that many mods, and it goes with Discord as well. I mean, I've got a few friends that I just said, hey, would you mind like taking this role just on occasion if you happen to be about? But like, yeah, I'm basically the person that sees all the stuff that doesn't go through or like that needs to be deleted, and it's wild, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But the point of me saying this is that like it's so much less frequent than I imagine it is in other channels and stuff, especially, you know, obviously larger ones. So, do you go live often? Every second day if I can, at the same time. And so as this channel hopefully, you know, gets a little bit bigger, if that happens, I'll have to get more serious about types of moderation and stuff. But for now, it's nice to be able to actually be the one to oversee that stuff and take care of it, because I don't know, keeping your fingers on the pulse, I think, is a good thing to do as like, you know, as a person who runs this channel and stuff. Like I want to know what's happening, and yeah, to make sure that you guys are taken care of. So I've seen some people be freaking weird in larger streams, not even that gigantic, like 80 viewers type stuff. Yeah, it's surprising. It's very surprising how like you don't even need to be that big of a streamer to like suddenly have a lot of attention. Some of it maybe not so ideal, but yeah, you guys are like, you guys are the biggest vibe checks, and that's like the important thing. So the UK, let me see if anyone's from the UK that knows the conversion. I start at 8 p.m. typically, and I'm in like Victoria, Australia. So yeah, also if you hear this chair creaking, guys, it's because I moved out my regular chair to make room for the cleaning stream, but now I'm just like, I kind of like it actually. Let me look it up. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Time difference. Apparently you guys are 7 to 11 hours ahead. Oh, sorry, we're 7 to 11 hours ahead of the UK. Interesting. One of them that sticks out was a guy, like it was obviously a guy, oh, and a weird one. who started asking the streamer if they'd ever imagined being a cow and getting milked. Like, what? Yeah, it's like more often than not, there'll be some person with a very fucking horribly disguised fetish that just comes in, their first time chatter, that says something that's like so specific it has to be a fetish. It doesn't even have to be that sexual sounding, but like you can tell based on the specificity of it and the fact that they don't give a single fuck what you've been talking about. They just want to get their question answered. That's like, oh, well, you obviously are just asking a question because you're, trying to get some kind of gratification from it. But I try to err on the side of caution because sometimes people are just like being silly and random, right? But sometimes it's just so intensely obvious. It's like, what would you do if I was a tiny little fucking like figurine and you were this big gigantic giant and that like you nearly stepped on me? And it's like, that is obviously fetish content. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot, but like, I'm like, what can you do? Someone might actually just be trying to get a laugh out of you, right? Or yeah, they're just young and like saying something silly or something to freak you out. But still, yeah, there are times where people are just so specific, it has to be something, But yeah, the milking one's pretty overt, I would say. Usually I just ignore it. I'll only typically delete something if it's like kind of egregious in a way, or if it's like offensive to others. So if it's something that's like just a little jab at me, it's not really that, like, it's not that serious. But if it's like upsetting you guys or upsetting like a guest, or if it's generally just like a non-nice vibes, then I'll be like, well, that's going. So, yeah. And yeah, there's a classic, the provocateurs that will just say random shit like, oh, what do you think about insert extremely charged topic here? And it's like, I'm not falling for that one. So yeah, it's like, it's a mixed bag that you meet, but it comes with the territory, and it's so far and few in between, at least for me, that I'm like, well, I can just deal with it when it comes up. So yeah, I got rid of the picture. I hope that it's gone for everyone. Hopefully. Let me know. Or is it back? Okay. But yeah. What's something you've learned this year that changed you? Ooh, that's a good question. I think I've learned increasingly that sometimes you think you have to choose, but you don't actually have to. Like, all my life, I think I've been like, well, I'd have to compromise here because I can't have this and this, right? Like, I can't have friends and be my normal, silliest self. Like, I have to be a version of myself that people will hopefully like. That's a false, like, dichotomy. Or, like, I can't have a job that's also fun. That's a false dichotomy. I can't be silly and sometimes sexy. I'm learning slowly that actually you can have basically whatever you want as long as you, like, kind of integrate properly somehow. A cherry provocateur. I like that, actually. And there's the Discord. Thank you, Cody. So you guys are welcome to check it out. All sus things have been removed. But yeah, like, I'm sure this is a lesson that I will continue to learn as time goes on. But yeah, I'm starting to learn that, like, damn, you're really just limited by your own mind, which is, it sounds obvious, but then we still fall into the same traps. And it reminds me of the story that I told you guys about the elephant, right? The baby elephant. When it's born, it gets tied to a post in the ground. And because it's so small, it can't escape. It struggles and struggles and struggles. It tires itself out. And it learns over time that no matter how hard it struggles, it will not be able to kind of, break free of the post that it's tied to. Now, as it grows up, obviously you guys have seen a full-sized elephant. You know how big they are, how strong they are. Tied to the same post, it could very easily just fucking, detach itself and be free. But through the years of struggling and failing, it doesn't even try anymore. And that's a like short and sweet way to explain that like we all have our own posts that we're tied to, that we could easily just unhook if we were willing to try and put a little bit of resistance against them. And so it's worth examining. What are you tied to that maybe doesn't serve you anymore and is actually hindering you from the freedom that you clearly want? So my mind is endless. I did astral projection today. That's cool, bro. That's cool. Like I love lucid dreaming and stuff like that. I've tried to astral project. I usually end up fucking falling asleep, to be honest, but yeah. I don't know. I think life is really what you make of it, and in ways that you wouldn't expect. There's so many times where I've thought there's no way I can pull this off, that I can have this thing and everyone's happy. Like, it seems like too good to be true almost. But then, you orient yourself towards the thing. You move towards it, you make it your life, you dedicate yourself towards it, and suddenly you're like at a spot where you had previously only thought it was a total dream. And so, yeah. I don't know. Does that make sense? Alevra, welcome in. But yeah. I was on shrooms, so that helped. I'm sure it did. Where did you astral project to? Tell me more. Did you fly out into outer space and just have a fun time? But yeah. Anyway. My gosh. It's been 2.5 hours and I don't even know what I've talked about today. It's really the streamer brain in action. I think I mentioned most of the stuff that I wanted to though. But I will say, this wheel is still available to be added to. And I actually was talking to C Locket in the DMs. He came up with a bunch of really cool ideas. So I'm going to add some, I can add one now. Where is it? If I find the pen. C Locket said you could add one that's like a hear me out, where I basically give you guys a hear me out. Hopefully everyone knows what that is. But if you guys would like to add something within reason of your own, put your suggestions in the chat. Or if you really want to get noticed, there's also a donation, though I think I might make it a bit cheaper, especially as, the streams go on, because I want to actually start using this, and I have to keep the channel point redeem high until it's finished, because I don't want someone to spin the wheel with a bunch of points and half of it is empty. So, but yeah. Angel Face says, I was laying in my bed and then I had an out-of-body experience. I was just watching myself, but I could watch my TV and I was watching anime next to myself. Oh my god, that sounds fucking crazy. What anime was it? But yeah. So, spin the wheel ideas. I'm taking requests, kind of. It's got to be good though, and it can't get me kicked off Twitch. Hear me out is a good one. It's like when you tell people about like a weird, potentially unconventional character or person that you find attractive. And like I've seen the trends online where people would talk about like movie characters, like the car from Cars, or like the number 8, and it's like, damn. Okay. So I think that would be funny. I'll just have to actually think of ones, because I want to be legit. I don't just want to say something random for shock value. But you guys basically know all of mine, and that's the thing. You know how weird I am. So, what's my weirdest hear me out? I don't even know. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to make a list. So, I can't spin the wheel. The last Bean Boozle was rough. Oh God, don't get me started. I have split these up into halves. So each thing, can you guys see that? There's Bean Boozle there. And wait, it's flipped. So I'm just going to read it to you. Belly dancing. A hear me out, Bean Boozle, 5 minutes playing in the settings, a teaspoon of hot sauce, not a tablespoon, hat change. That's what we've got so far. but I really don't want to do like most of them. So I guess, is that the point? I don't know. I'm probably going to make the channel point redeem like 20k. So it's an investment. Right now it's just super high, so no one uses it, but yeah. Goodness gracious me. Whew. I don't want to do it. Wink, wink. I don't want to do the Bean Bruiser one. Like, I'd rather have a teaspoon of hot sauce, and even that's going to probably hurt me. So, the wheel would probably hypnotize me. Well, let's see. Let's see if this works. Ignore the ring light. See? Blank. You guys get fuck all. Sorry. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. What a bad host. Standard. Yeah, so aren't you guys glad that you paid like $5,000 to go to this seminar? We should actually leave one spot blank. That's kind of funny, actually. Yeah. And then if someone gets it, they just get fuck all. Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. But yeah. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to keep adding to it. If I see little, like, you can add it in the Discord as well, like little fun activities that hopefully don't destroy me too badly. I'll add them and update the wheel periodically. So you should write fuck all on the blank one. That's actually funny, but that might give the wrong idea. But yeah, my gosh. Just got some cool stuff lined up, guys. I'm pretty excited for that. Maybe we'll have on one section maid stream. What do you guys think? Or like characters and stuff that we haven't seen in a while. I don't know. There needs to be $1 million and a bankruptcy spot on the wheel too. Well, here's the thing, right? To keep it legal, it's stuff that basically happens to me, and I don't want to go bankrupt, guys. Though I wouldn't mind $1 million, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if you guys can cover the $1 million, I'll add it. Stand-up comedy, oh my god, that I want to see that. There was a while back where I actually did write like a couple of jokes that I thought would be funny. Looking back, oh my god, it's like, I think I would die. Like, if I found myself somehow, like, standing in front of a microphone on Kill Tony, I would have a cardiac arrest. Like, oh my god. Like, I think something that I was writing a set about things that I just found funny, almost like Seinfeld, like observation, what's the deal with that, you know? And I was talking about how rain is water. That was like my whole pitch. Like, guys, rain is seriously just water. Like, don't be scared of it. Like, why do people go out with fucking umbrellas? It's literally just water. And now that I read that back like ages ago, and I was just like, wow, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And so, yeah, I'm not cut out for stand-up, guys. You know me. I don't even know what kind of comedy, like, I even possess. Like, what sense of humor do I have? I don't know. It's kind of just like random, tangential, accidental nonsense. So who knows? I have very funny friends. I could have a friend on and be like, you know what, just go for your life and see how they do. But damn, we could call it Kill Emmy. Kill Cherry. Kill Cherry, guys. Yeah. 10 minutes of stand-up. Oh my god. Literally, I could not think of 10 straight minutes of funny things to say to save my life. So, yeah. Damn. Yeah. Kill Cherry. Coming to a, I don't know, a YouTube channel near you. But no, I can't. I can't. Oh, mercy me. Auto mods being strict. You do 5 hours every stream. That's nice. I don't know. It's like what we do here. I don't even. It defies categorization. It's yeah, something new altogether. But that's interesting. I'm not opposed to having some kind of comedic element as long as I'm not the one doing it. Could have like people call in or something, or is that literally just copying Kill Tony? I don't know. But yeah. This chair, what the fuck? Okay, sorry. Anyway, now that that's in my brain, my gosh. Imagine we had like people call from the Discord and just do their stand-up. That could either go very, very well or horribly wrong. Like a Kill Tony from Wish type beat. Oh, I don't know. Could be interesting. That would, yeah, like, it would be a potentially short-lived experiment. So it would be pretty scuffed, I agree. I'm signing up. Oh gosh. Yeah. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, but hey. I'm not like opposed to the idea. We definitely need a bucket. Do I have a bucket here? I've got the Cat in the Hat hat. Pull a name out. Oh, Hacker CD, you're up. 5 minutes. It's unbelievable. No, I'm not going to do my Tony approach. The best show, whatever he says. Yeah. I'm preparing some content now just in case. See you then. That's so cute. Who knows? I mean, look, we'd have to vet people and make sure that they don't actually end up doing something that would get me kicked off Twitch. But hey, an interview, yeah, that could be cool too. Like, just some interactivity or something. A minute set. Wow. Sorry, this chair. Plus the interview. Yeah, so I don't know why, but Tony seems to ask about their sex life every single time. I won't ask you guys about your sex lives. But we'll say, I've been impressed with Tony's ability to interview people. Like, he's actually a very good interviewer, and he like digs deep into people's lives and somehow finds a way to extract the interesting stuff. Like, he's very good at what he does. But yeah, like it's quite difficult to be good at that. You have to know what questions to ask, to like pick up on like subtext as well when someone gives an answer, and to unravel it a little bit. And so, yeah. Anyway, that's just an aside. I'm not like a die-hard Kill Tony viewer. Like, I don't see every single one, but I'm into it. So, yeah, off stream. We need to build more stuff off stream, I think, to get people in that mood. But damn, that's nerve-wracking to me as well. Like, I don't know. This should be more nerve-wracking, but I think real-time, like, back and forth interaction with people is like terrifying. I'm working my courage up though, building up to it. So, would you guys like that? Would you not be like extremely nervous to be a caller on stream? After today's stream, yeah, we do a hangout for an hour. Oh my god, guys. You have no idea how dead I am after every stream. I'll just be like, in the background, like, that's so cool. Like, I'm here in, like, spirit and just moral support. That's funny. We might have to do it like, what's the word? Maybe a particular, I don't know, add-on or something. But, yeah. Like a special event, something like that. We used to have like the Patreon section, which was cool. Now it's kind of just like a ghost town. It's on permanent hiatus, essentially. Yeah, there's probably a prize besides bragging rights. I'll have to think of something, but yeah. I've talked to Visibly many times in Discord calls. Aww, I'm so glad. Like, that's wonderful. You guys, that space is there for you to use. And I know it's small, but that's probably part of the charm. use the channels for stuff, go through old like logs, chat logs of all the stuff we've posted like in the art sections, and yeah, use the calling spaces, whatever the fuck they're called, I don't even know, to get to know each other. It's for you. So yeah. Anyway. You'll ruin my bad reputation. That's funny. Visibly, we all know you're a sweetheart. Gosh. I don't even know what to say, guys. I'm sorry, I have literally nothing to say. Young man, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's so great to be a young man and to be youngin' and manning all over the place. Like, actually, that kind of reminds me of Dora and Electra. We were talking about them last time when we were talking about music, and they have a song called Strapping Young Lads, and it's fucking catchy AF. So yeah, I'm feeling like a strapping young lad today. I hope you guys like that little song debrief, by the way. The journey through my life, as told by 25, more or less, not randomly plucked songs, but like, you know, carefully curated songs. And I felt kind of a bit vulnerable, like I was sharing a part of me with you guys that I hadn't really shared before, especially some of those really early songs, the ballads and the kind of emo pop. Closing the goddamn door, no. Like, damn. It brings me back. The nostalgia was real. And it took us 3 streams, but we got there. And yeah. Cody, I can't thank you enough for that little assignment. It was so much fun. And I was kind of thinking, like, man, I could do that whole thing over again and, like, do 25 more songs at least. Like, now when I'm listening to my playlist, I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have added this one. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? There's so much good music out there. I'm listening currently to, what am I listening to? My auntie has been showing me songs by Purple Disco Machine. And also, she's been showing me Youngblood, which I think is her new crush, which is quite funny. It reminds me of like the emo pop punk back in the day, but he's kind of like the, yeah, newest version of that. And my taste definitely has changed over time, I think. Like, I still have those classics that I go back to, but yeah, I was very much product of the time I was in, like the Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance. Like, when they're at their peak, that was like my jam. And I still have a soft spot for them. I probably always will. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. Yeah, like that song will get me turned, bruh. And yeah, I'm like nowadays listening to a lot more, I don't know, kind of typical dance pop stuff. But every now and then I'll just play some, like, I don't know, Fall Out Boy song that I used to bump and like on my iPod. And I don't know, it's a fun time. Like, I think most of them more or less hold up. So yeah, certain tracks always hit home. Exactly. The nostalgia is real. And yeah, there's something very fun about a lot of that old, like, teeny kind of angsty music, because it's like you kind of remember the vibes, but you're not in it, right? You're not stuck in that angsty vibe. You can kind of visit it, like, I don't know, you're passing through and then you get to come home. And it's like, it's way better than being actually in the angsty times, you know, with no way out seemingly. So I have not heard of the band Sticky Fingers. It sounds like an innuendo, but I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I'm very into pop, disco. I'm into a bit of hyper pop as well, here and there. Charlie XCX, Dora and Electra. Dora and Electra is so good. Like, I know that they're already quite big, but like they're probably going to get bigger and bigger at some point, and I'll be like, hey man, I was there from the start. So, but yeah, I I don't know. I love music so much, and I wish I were better at it. Like, I wish I were better at making music because I have the vision that's completely mismatched to my articulation in terms of playing instruments and like, oh, my guitar's covered up now, but I I don't know. Sometimes I wish those two things were closer. Like, I don't know. At least I'm trying to get more like confident with singing in front of you guys. And yeah, I need to dedicate more time to practicing like my guitar and my ukulele. Uh, smooth operator. Yeah, that's right. Um, but anyway, the Club Cherry channel, which is kind of on pause but still has a bunch of songs on there, was meant to be me being like, you know what, fuck it, I've got these little snippets of songs, I might as well just post them, even if they're imperfect. They most likely are. And yeah, eventually it got hard to keep up with once a week posting, and my video making programs got kind of enshittified to a point of like I couldn't even use them anymore. So I like Club Cherry. Thank you, Ben. That means a lot to me. Like, it's a very tender like part of my life and creative process. It's like, I don't know. I have so much respect for people that make music, and I have a lot of admiration in a way where it's like I wish I were more like them. But I feel like I'm almost pretending to be one, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's another one of those weird things that just gets in our brain, and it's like, where does that come from? That's obviously unhelpful and hopefully untrue, but fake it till you make it, exactly. I haven't made a song in a very long time. Let me check my voice notes and see. What's the last little song that I made? Because I use my voice notes for a lot of things, and actually, can anyone guess how many voice notes I have? Hmm? Anyone at all? It's been a while since I think I mentioned it, so. 2 at least. I currently have in total, they're split up between a few different folders, but in total, 4K. I think that would crash my computer. On my phone, rather. I have 1,048 voice notes. Not kidding, guys. I have 3 favorites. What the fuck? What's in favorites? Ah, that's interesting. 3 random songs. Fascist in Love. I wanna write a song, call me a fascist in love. You terrorize, you mesmerize. It's all the same for you, a game for you to get you off, to turn you on. So write a song and call it love. That's so interesting that it's that song, because it's one that Sealock and I were talking about the other day, just randomly. And then Wish, which is another song, and The Way You Treat All Your Friends, a different song. That's weird. Why do I only have 3 favorites out of like 1,000? But then I also, besides music, I also have like just random like voice notes that I send to friends. I'll do it here first instead of on Facebook, because oh my God, it's so nerve-wracking to send a voice note straight from Facebook's like recording thing, because if you like stuff it up or if your finger slips, it's like stops halfway through. So I do them here first and I send them. And other times I just talk to my own self. I'm like, Emmy, remember to la la la, right? So revisit them please when you're in a good vibe. Thank you. I mean, if you guys like don't actually find it completely boring, then yeah, it's my pleasure, you know. What else is on here? Ravenous. Just do that part by itself. Why do I talk to myself like this? Oh my god.
Boy, I know you're a type, and I don't wanna miss that famous appetite. Heard you're ravenous. I wanna make you mine, so I'll tell you this. I'll give you anything you want.
Damn. I don't know. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Sometimes when I can't be bothered actually playing some chords, but I still have a melody in my head, I'll just sing it just a cappella. And for some reason that always embarrasses me way, way, way more than anything else. I don't know why.
Boy, I know you're a type, and I don't wanna miss that famous appetite. Heard you're ravenous. I wanna make you mine, so I'll tell you this. I'll give you anything you want.
Okay. That was last October, and doesn't seem like there's much else from then. So, damn, that's fucking crazy. I need to do more music stuff. But would you sing one of my songs? Oh gosh, I don't know if you even want that. I think I would probably butcher it, but hey, I'm open to trying anything at least once. Pretty please with the cherries on top, make more music. I mean, when you ask that sweetly, how could I refuse? Maybe on the wheel, it should be like make up a little song, like on the spot. Maybe. Like make a song. She said, I wanna write a song, call me a fascist in love. Yes, make a song. Okay. My ukulele should be in here somewhere. I don't know where it's gone off to, but you have to put respin on there. Okay. Respin. What about fuck all? Okay, it's filling up. My personal experience, not musically gifted, but from time to time I'd come up with hooks or harmonies during work but never noted them down. You're already ahead. Work on it and they could become something. Thank you. That means a lot. But you have to be in the mood. Yeah, totally. Like, for me, it comes and goes in waves. Like, I will be on a roll. Like, I'll have a week straight where I'm just like making a bunch of songs and it's like, damn, this is great. And then a drought, which will last however long, and I'll be like, oh, I'm never going to get that spark back. But then all of a sudden, it's back. And so, yeah, it's a bit mercurial sometimes. And I don't know, I'm learning to trust the process, or at least attempt to. So, how many slots are left? It looks like there's about 11 or half of the wheel left. So, yeah. Boy, I know your type, and I don't want to miss that famous appetite. Heard you're ravenous. Kind of a good little melody. Your music was one of the ways of knowing that you're around. Oh, that's beautiful. And yeah, that's it was cool to have a weekly deadline. It was stressful at times, but like kept me honest. Like I was like, fuck, it's Thursday, got to post something. And because I have so much already on my phone, I was like, I'll just pick this little snippet and find a cool photo, just smash them together. I was using CapCut, which you guys know my beef with CapCut. And eventually I just couldn't use it anymore because it was so unbearably and shitified. Like you couldn't even fucking okay, no, I'm actually gonna get mad if I talk about this. Fuck CapCut. I started putting that in like all my descriptions. And like I think I've said this before on stream publicly. Like if they ever like messaged me or like emailed me saying like, you know what, Emmy, we've heard your cries, we've heard your laments, your lamentations. We want to give you like a full-on free, forever free, fully pro account. I'd be like, fuck the fuck off. You know, seriously. I hate CapCut. All my homies hate CapCut. And it's really sad because I used to love that app so much because it actually is a decent app when it's not being progressively and shitified, you know? And it's just sad. It's just the state of things now because people, you know, are increasingly kind of squeezing consumers for every single dollar. And that's annoying. It's annoying. It's just like, yeah, it's a bit of a sad world, to be honest. Why can't we just have a good app that like stays good? I don't know. But yeah. Angel Face, I'm so glad you had a nice time. Please, if you feel like it, see us again sometime. Every second day I stream. Starting usually at 8 p.m. my time. I'm sorry I couldn't figure out what that is for you in the UK. But I usually post more or less in the Discord. Like around about the time. So. But yeah. I've got my own song stuck in my head right now. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm still nervous when it comes to singing in front of people. I'm not gonna lie. But I've been progressively getting a bit better. And sometimes I have to like actually blow my nose sometimes to sing properly because there's something about this room in particular, I think from all the cleaning. It's dusty AF in here. So wait, I can't even do that because my camera is so it's so wide angle right now. I used to just like lean over so you guys couldn't see me. But wait a minute. Check it out, guys. It disappeared. And I have to move away from the microphone as well. You can probably still hear, but boy, I know you're a type and I don't wanna miss that famous appetite. Heard you're ravenous. I wanna make you mine, so I'll tell you this. I'll give you everything you want. That's the song. I'm gone, guys. I'm gone. Now I can sing my lungs out because you guys can't see me. At last, my love has gone along. Sing Smooth Operator in full. I actually will. Don't get me started. Diamond line. Is that the start? Lover boy. He moves in space with minimum waste. Maximum joy. Damn. Actually, it's the rare time where my voice is kind of cooperating. Kind of cool being invisible. City lights, business nights. When you require streetcar desire for higher highs. Feels good, man. I miss you guys too much, though. All right, I'm back. Hello. Did you miss me? Yeah. I'm back. That nose blow didn't really help, to be honest. This room is so dusty. And I've said this before, but like I'm extremely allergic to dust, specifically dust mites, that when I did the test, the allergy test, my doctor got the results and he was like, I have never seen this high of a number when it comes to like the allergy score. And I was like, am I going to be okay? And he was like, yeah, you're fine. Just like make sure things don't get too dusty, I guess. And I was like, wow, thanks, doc. That's fucking helpful. Yeah, overachiever, I know, right? The most allergic ever. And like, I've heard that there's these tablets that you can get to slowly get immunized or like less sensitive over time. And I was so trying to get that. I was like gunning for that. But apparently you need to go to a special doctor, like an allergist, and they were always booked out like months and months in advance. and ostensibly for people with way more serious issues like peanut allergies or whatever, and like cat allergies. Mine's just dust. And so it's pretty low priority. And also it's like hundreds of dollars, and it takes years. So I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'm just gonna try to keep things less dusty, but no, it's not working, especially not in this room. So, oh, Daniel, hello. I'm back here in my office with you as my podcast while I write reports. And even I felt something was missing when you're out of the picture. Holy shit, that's like the most fucking charming thing I've ever read. What the hell? Oh my god, guys. What? That's okay. That's so unfair. Like, phew. That's very cute. Sorry. The Riz. I was like, my guard was down. I was not prepared for such Riz. Daniel, that's very sweet of you. And I should say as well, thank you for joining in on the Chorathon from last stream. That was that was fun and unexpected. So sorry. Now I have this weird association with names. If I hear a name that like is related to a song that I know, or a line from a song, it just makes me sing it in my head. And Daniel, I don't know if you know this, but there's an Elvis song, I Got a Feeling in My Body, which mentions a Daniel, I think from the Bible. Like, when Daniel faced a lion, there wasn't any doubt. We've got to be like Daniel, and the Lord will help us out. I got a feeling in my body. Like, so, yeah. I'm sorry. It's just like, like I literally can't control it. And luckily it's kind of rare. I don't know many songs with people's names in it, even though many exist. But that's one that I know very intimately because it's Elvis related. So I don't know why you singing Smooth Operator makes me feel so good. It just does. Honestly, I love Smooth Operator. I love Sade. You know me. I don't play about Sade. But I feel bad if I don't do her justice. Because, like, her voice is so buttery smooth. It's like, literally music to my ears. But then sometimes my voice is just like, and if I don't do her justice, and I feel like I've done a very bad thing. So, Smooth Operator lyrics, to also make sure I get the lyrics right. Yeah. A place for beginners of sensitive hearts, and sentiment is left to chance. Oh my god, such a great song. A place to be ending, but somewhere to start. Yeah, damn, she's everything. So I thought I knew most Elvis tracks with a parent loving his music, but this was a new one. You're so welcome. It's honestly, dare I say, it's in my top 5. Like, I heard it for the first time, I think, at the actual Elvis movie, the 2022 one. But then the first time I listened to it properly, just on its own, was in my auntie's car. And my auntie, you guys know her, she's the creator of this lovely individual, Pat Thick. She's a music buff, probably bigger than I am. She knows music like like it's her life, right? And when she listens to music in the car, it's loud. So I heard that song properly for the first time, super loud in her car. She was bumping that shit. And we were just driving down the road and I was like, oh my God, this is like a religious experience, right? And it's funny, the song is mentioning religious stuff, but it's very big, kind of operatic, and also very dancey, kind of disco adjacent. And I was like, fuck, this is slapping like never before. And so that is in my top 5. And it was one of the small dominoes in the domino effect of me becoming completely obsessed with Elvis. Like, the movie was a big piece of that puzzle, but if I just watched the movie and then just gone on with my life like usual, maybe it wouldn't have captured my interest so much. But then I started listening more to his actual music, and it's kind of gained momentum from that. And so that song's very special to me. I got a feeling in my body, this will be our lucky day. Yeah. Uplifting music, you know. We'll be releasing all our sorrows, leave them laying along the way. But anyway, yeah. Fuck, I really do talk about Elvis a lot. I hope you guys aren't fully sick of it. But yeah. You know, I do try and actually control myself. As much as I talk about Elvis and Gemma and like the random people that come up multiple times here on this stream, that's me controlling myself. Because if I had full steam ahead, free range, like I would probably, I don't know, I could dedicate a whole stream to each one of those people. So yeah, talking about Elvis is just a thing. Like it's like me having dark hair. Like it's just a part of me. So oh yeah, House. We haven't discussed House MD in a while. And yeah, Alevra, you're so right. If I don't discuss Elvis, something's wrong. It's a clone. It's an Emmy clone. So by the way, I should just say, for the record, I'm going to stand up and say, well, actually I'm going to sit and say, I am going to say that yes, I found / find House MD as to be an attractive man. I don't know why that came out so weirdly, but no, I'm not ashamed, okay, of this statement. Though, when my sister was here with her partner, JD, she exposed me to him and said that I found House MD attractive. And his reaction was just so priceless. He was like, wait, what? That for a second I was like, hang on. Wait, maybe there is something wrong with me. But no, now I've had time to reconsider. I stand by my original statement. Hugh Laurie is an attractive individual, okay? So, House is normal. Normal? Please elaborate. But yeah, like, this has happened a few times where, especially, it'll be my sister that exposes me, okay? She said that I liked Elvis and, like, well, somehow I convinced my cousin to come round to my side. Because at first he was like, this is a cousin you guys have met, Ethos. He was like, what the fuck? And then I showed him some pictures and he kind of folded. So that was a win for me. But then, yeah, she told people that I liked House MD and I was like, kind of hard to, it's hard to defend myself, okay? And so, I don't know, like, is it really that strange? Okay? He's got a nice face, beautiful eyes. He's sardonic. He's got a tragic, like, you know, he's got some hidden depths. It's like not that freaking crazy. It's not like I said, hear me out, guys. I think, I'm trying to look around now. Like, I think Winnie the Pooh is hot. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just, it doesn't seem like it's that strange. Yeah, Sans, I can understand people being like, you know, it's just so, I don't know. It's weird. You'd lose me at Winnie. Yeah, exactly. Hugh Laurie as a mature man really came together as an attractive man, which was completely unexpected after his role as a sidekick to Blackadder. Oh my god. Man after my own heart. My heart, guys. I honestly think the mix between humor, intelligence, and like slightly sarcastic, like sardonic wit is the perfect combo. And that kind of dry British humor is so appealing to me. And yeah, I don't know. I think besides the personality stuff, he's just generally an attractive dude. So I don't know why I got exposed for that. Like, is it just me? Surely not. My sister though, like, okay, it's time for me to expose her now. Her type is literally serial killers. Oh my god, this is where the you know, the sibling rivalry comes out. She literally has a crush on, like, I don't know, the whole Jeffrey Dahmer look. Not the actual guy, but like that look, the glasses, the hair. And I was like, sis, Kichi, here you are exposing me for liking Hugh Laurie, a dazzlingly dashing British man, and you literally want to be cut up into a million pieces and shoved into the back of someone's car. Like, come on. That's fucked. That's crazy work. And so, yeah. Anyway, I'm not trying to, like, engage in any friendly fire. Oh, yeah, those who like serial killer types shouldn't judge house lovers. Thank you. That should be like a real, you know how they say, like, those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? It should be that instead. Those who like serial killer types shouldn't judge house lovers. Still, I love my sister, and you know, the first thing I ever said to JD when I first met him was like, you kind of look like Dexter. And so that was I don't know, hopefully that we didn't get off on the wrong foot. But I meant it as a compliment. Like, I think Dexter is, like, you know, he's a good-looking dude. And I just saw similarities, like the same color hair. And I just thought, you know, he's got the similar intensity, similar eyes. But then what came out was like, oh, you look a bit like Dexter, aka you look like a fucking serial killer who kills serially people. But hey, I meant it as a compliment, and it doesn't help that, okay, here I go, exposing my sister and JD again. Social interactions aren't always easy. Exactly. I'm glad you guys you get what I mean. Oh God. We need Kichi to expose Emmy more. She literally will. I mean, if you check out Kichi's corner, that's like all her exposing me. It didn't help. So neither Kichi or JD have actually seen Dexter. So they were like, what the fuck? You're calling me a serial killer? That's not cool. But it's more complicated than that, guys. It didn't help that JD, when talking about Kichi's ex, who was, you know, by most regards, not a great dude, he was saying, like, funny stuff to make us laugh and feel better. He was like saying, yeah, I wish I'd been able to, like, put, like, nails behind his tires so that his, like, car got deflated. And I was like, that is literally what Dexter would say, like, word for word. Now, look, he's never done that to my knowledge. He never would do that. It was purely for entertainment purposes, purely, you know, just shits and gigs, guys. But, like, I'm just like, can you guys not see the vision? Like, holy shit. Tonight's the night. So, yeah, serial killer vibes, right? And I was just like, I can't really be faulted for picking out that serial killer vibe. So, yeah, Verm was a bit of a, well, you know what I said. Verm by name, Verm by nature. And look, I'm not usually that feisty when it comes to people, right? But the one area of my life where I do get very, very upfront and protective is when it comes to my family and my friends, of course. Though I feel like I have maybe less of a right to be so protective over my friends. But with my sister and my brother, like, nah. It's like no more Mr. Nice Guy, you know, and I have like little patience for that kind of thing. So, but yeah, it is a shame. And look, I'm pretty sure I don't even know the full story, but from what I did hear, not good. So I'm glad she's found a wonderful, non-serial killer boyfriend. And yeah, despite, you know, the looks and the tires, nails under tires type beat. So, but yeah, I don't think House MD is that weird of a crush. It's not even like a strange hear me out. It's like he has that cane. He's got that swagger, you know. if I wanted to give a really weird hear me out, it would be, I'd have to dig deep, like some weird cartoon character or something like that I watched. I don't even know. Like, I can't even think of anything that I haven't already told you guys. Like, you know, my deepest, darkest thoughts and feelings. You know, my torrid love affair with Sans the skeleton. I don't even know. The German bug doctor. I fucking love that bit. That's hilarious. Your deepest, darkest Wooder. Yeah, that's so good. You guys tell me yours, actually. Like, is there a hear me out that you guys have never told anyone? I feel like the thing about streaming so frequently and so candidly is that you guys have heard basically all of it, you know? Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Who would ya? I don't even know. I'm pretty normal with it. Is that true, Ben? I'm too vanilla for hear me outs. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. The lady from The Shining. Wait, The Shining. Which one's The Shining again? Is that the Here's Johnny thing? There's no way you guys are so vanilla. Then why do you guys hang out here? This is like a kinky AF. At least what I end up writing about. The girl from The Shining. Okay. Like, I think a real hear me out would be like the girl from The Ring when she comes out of the TV type beat. Like, the girl from The Shining. Dude, oh my god. Do not fucking go there. Literally do not fucking go there. That meme of guys being like, hear me out, and it's like a beautiful woman. Ben, that's literally what you just did. Guys, hear me out. I would totally have sex with a beautiful woman. Oh my gosh. Oh, you brave individual. Like, that's crazy work. Like, yeah, I know she's like portrayed in the movie to be kind of a bit unconventional. Yeah, right. But she's still beautiful. Like, beautiful big eyes, nice hair. Like, a real hear me out is like, I don't know, Mr. Potato Man from Toy Story or some shit like that. Or like the fucking Slinky Dog. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like something that makes people go, hang on, that's fucked. That's so funny. Like, please, guys, do not give me your hear me outs if they're just a normal fucking beautiful actress, okay? Yeah. So those aren't my hear me outs, but like that's the level that we're dealing with, okay? I'm trying to think. I don't know, like I was thinking maybe like the guy Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob, but that's because I was just trying to find a character that's kind of, I don't know, who's got riz. But like it's not like I really, I don't know. Slinky dog lover. Yeah, now I've just like put that out there. I don't know. I just feel like a hear me out should be genuinely like not shocking, but takes people aback for a split second. The Pixar lamp. Yeah, something like that. Oh my god, Hacker, you're right. That's perfect. That's right on my wavelength. Benjamin Franklin if he were a woman. That's what I want to hear more about. Oh gosh, yes. Gillian Anderson as her role as Margaret Thatcher. Ooh. See now, Gillian Anderson, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She's the lady from Hannibal, right? She is one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life. So, you had me in the first half, like I was about to call you out, but then as Margaret Thatcher, holy shit, yeah, okay, that is a hear me out. That is an actual hear me out, because that is tough. That is tough. Any female hear me outs? Well, I basically think every single woman alive is attractive, but I'm trying not to pick a meme as well, like something just to be funny. I'm trying to pick like an actual, like, damn, I would go there type beat. Let me think. It would have to be a cartoon character, right? Like something that's not conventional. I don't fucking know. Mm. No, I can't think of any. Fuck me dead. Cartoon character. Wait, I don't even know. Like, give me some cartoon characters and I'll say, like, if I would or not. Maybe that will make it easier. And then we might stumble across one that I'm particularly passionate about. Oh, Daria? I haven't actually seen the show, but I know the character, and yeah, totally. She's super hot. Deadpan. Easy. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know. Like inanimate objects type B, like, you know, adjacently to that. Babs Bunny. Totally. Is that the one, the girl Bugs Bunny? Totally. Princess Fiona in ogre form. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yeah, probably. I mean, I prefer... Oh, gosh. I prefer Shrek and Fiona in their ogre forms, I'm just going to say. The Mitching Hour. Thank you so much for rating in. We're talking about, like, hear me outs. So, let me see. Welcome in, Pseudo. Is it Carl? Calrison? Very cool name. And yeah, let me see if this works. I want to see if I can actually shout you out. This has been playing up, but the Mitching Hour. What made you choose this little corner of the internet? Any one of Disney's Wicked Stepmoms? Yes, that's pretty much mainstream, totally. My goodness gracious. How tall am I? I am 5'5.5". Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sending you a follow right now. And I appreciate, you know, the love from Australia, even. That's crazy. If you need to raid and fade, please do what you gotta do. I know what it's like. We're just being silly. So, Jessica Rabbit. Oh my god, guys, do not give me a hear me out. That's literally the most fucking beautiful, like, I don't know. Come on, meet me where I'm at. The Incredibles mum? Do you mean like the hot fucking Elastigirl that, you know, come on. She's built like that. These, okay, so they're kind of just like automatic, you know, wood. But I'm talking about characters that are a bit like left of field, you know? Yeah, okay. Hear me out, Smokin' Babe. What is that? Yeah. I was about to say, what character, like, what show is that character from? But yeah. Mother Gothel. Okay, that's more, like, we're getting closer, because I know she's one of the Disney villains or whatever, but, like, she's kind of meant to be a little bit more scary, but still. That's so funny. Yeah, okay, Nala from Lion King, yes, or Peggy Hill, yes, okay. This is it. We're on the right track, guys. We're on the right track. Just like, do not give me that thing from the meme where it's like, hear me out, guys. Margot Robbie. I know it's so unconventional, but I would totally have sex with the most beautiful woman in the world. The dragon from Shrek. Yes. This is what I want to hear, guys. The dragon from Shrek. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now we're seeing people's true hear me outs. This is what I wanted, okay? So Daisy Duck, I don't even know what Daisy Duck looks like. And Cat Dog, that's crazy work, but hey, I respect your right to say it. I respect it. That's so funny. And I'm sincerely trying to think of someone, like some character or something, but you guys already know, like I've said mine from the start, Sans from Undertale. I'm trying to think what other, like, ooh, okay, yeah, like game characters. Like Bowser, I don't know. Yeah, cat dog is crazy work. Um, oh, okay, I think I've got one, but I don't know. I don't know if I can even say it. I don't know if I can say it. No, fuck, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. And I don't know what it says about me. Yeah, you can, I think Mother Gothel, that's like, that's basically right in the middle of that, like, that question. It's not too far out and it's not too conventional. So I respect that. I just thought of one that's kind of fucked, so I don't know if I should say it. It's kind of fucked up, like, I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh god. Say it or else. Or else what, huh? Or else what? Okay, okay, but you guys have to be cool about it. And it's like, this is after me trying and struggling for ages to think of something, okay? Like, it's not like I'm saying this is something I think about all the time, but if I had to pick, okay, if, you know, if the opportunity presented itself, like, maybe like, I don't know, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong at one time. Oh no, cut the cameras, cut the cameras. No, that's fucked. That's fucked up. That's crazy work. What the hell? Um, that's crazy work. I mean, hear me out. Hear me out. So, at least I'm playing according to the rules. Like, I mean, yeah, Donkey Kong, he's kind of like portrayed as this big, masculine, adjacent guy, right? But it's kind of a bit boring if it's just one character. So, you know, you get the best of both worlds. And they can, I don't know. Yeah, work as a team. It's fucked up. But yeah. Candy Kong. Oh yeah, true. She's I forget, there's like a whole bunch of them, right? I haven't thought about these characters in so long. And honestly, to pick this Hear Me Out, I just scanned through the whole list of like Mario Kart characters. And those were the ones that like, yeah, okay. But not my proudest moment. Oh my god. Lanky Kong. Is that the tall guy with like the bandana? Wait, I have to check before I like agree to anything, okay? Because yeah. Lanky Kong. Aww. He's cute. Now I feel bad about like sexualizing these characters. How many different like Donkey Kong characters are there? There's also the old guy, Cranky Kong. But isn't there like a tall guy with a bandana? Yeah, I'll be the Pauline to your Donkey Kong. Yeah. Minute of silence, guys, please. Daisy Duck. Let's see Daisy Duck. Oh, yeah, she's so cute. Again, like, that's not that far out, to be honest. Let's see. Yuna and Riku from FFX. As in Final Fantasy. Let's see. Yuna and Riku. Oh, hello. I mean, they're also just hot babes. Are they cousins? Hang on. Oh, Kirby. Kirby. Oh, so if Kirby ate you, what power would he gain? Funky Kong, let's see. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, come on. Funky Kong. Dude. Alright, wait. let me just show you guys what I'm looking at right now. Hopefully this works. He's on a fucking surfboard, guys. He's just dripping in Riz. Like, come on. The glasses, the bandana. Oh, gosh. Oh, Mrs. Frizzle, yeah. No, I fuck with that. Link dressed up as a girl? Yes, yes. Honestly, I know exactly what you mean. Link dressed up in drag for that one mission or whatever. Now we're getting the good stuff. Look at this Giga Chad. Like, dude. He knows that he's got, like, aura. Yeah, Link is hot in general. But Link as a girl, that's some, like, you know... That's some, like, spicy chef's kiss, extra garnish type beat. Yeah, the Gerudo clothes. Wait, I don't think I can, like, Google that without seeing some potentially... Link as a Gerudo girl. They literally put him like this in the game. That's crazy work. Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't want to Google this in front of you guys because I just had a feeling that I would see some stuff that I am currently seeing. Oh my god. Wow. Femboy Link. Yeah, I see the vision. I think my life just changed. So, the femboy psyop. Yeah, I agree. But like, why did they do that in the game? Like, if they weren't trying to do a psyop, what were they trying to do? I don't know. No, he's so cute. I think more femboys should exist. That's my opinion. But yeah, don't Google that unless you're prepared to see some stuff. So he had to, guys. Yeah. This is the only way he can get in if he dresses like a girl. And like the outfit is really like, you know, aesthetically pleasing and highlights his body, you know. He had to, guys. It couldn't be like a one-piece dress though. It had to be like a crop top and like cute little pants, like harem pants. That's crazy. Cloud in drag? Is that a thing? Oh, wow. Yeah, sorry, I'm still looking. All right, that's enough. That's enough. All right. Yeah. I see. We've all learned a little bit about each other at this point, haven't we? God. Yeah. So I've added it to the wheel. So if it ever lands on it, then where is it? Here it is. I will give you guys one, and if you have one, then you can tell me as well. So I'll have to make a list between now and whenever we get that up and running. And also reminds me, we were working on a different list of questions to ask potential guests when they join us on stream. And so far, we have, as questions, blue dress or gold dress? How did you and Emmy meet? Who are you? Which I like having that as the third question, by the way. For some reason that tickles me because it's like usually something you would ask at the start. Like, who are you? Like, what's your name? But it's like you get halfway through the interview and you're like, by the way, who the fuck are you? Do you mind explaining like yourself? The fourth is what kind of music do you like? The fifth is quite lofty. How could you improve humanity? Sixth, favorite word. Seventh, what do you think of Emmy? Eighth, favorite genre of movie. So if you guys have any more ideas for questions, please let me know because I have like a list of people now that I want to have on stream, like for the first time and also repeat visitors. So let me try and think. Oh, I want to be a better interviewer, you know, to have engaging questions that go beyond the surface. So maybe I'll put like your biggest hear me out. And let's put our friends in the hot seat. I want to have maybe at least 20, and so we're up to 10 right now. How about a spin the wheel thing where we get to ask you one question? Okay. Okay. And I have to answer 100% honestly? I mean, I try and do that anyway, but sometimes I try and stop myself before I, like, get myself cancelled. Truth serum, essentially. Okay. Oh, Midna from Twilight Princess? Hell yeah. Or just, like, Link as a wolf. That's crazy. Link in any format, you know? Let's see. Yeah, Midna was literally designed to be sexy AF. Like, she's not even wearing clothes, bruh. Her clothes are literally painted on. Yeah, Link as a wolf is crazy. I just, like, have him on a leash and lead him around. Like, we wouldn't do anything crazy. Like, you know, just have a pet. No, oh, okay, I've actually got an actual hear me out. Okay? That just came to me. I shouldn't even say this, bruh. Like, Aragorn's sword. His actual one. Like, not metaphorically. His actual sword. Anduril. Hear me out, hear me out. Again, it's like, it's just an aesthetic appreciation. Like, something that just tickles your aesthetic delight without implying anything further than that. Hear me out, guys. But yeah, I've actually held a replica. And is it on my phone or did I have to put those pictures on my computer? Fuck. Yeah, I held a replica and it was heavy AF. And it was way longer than I was expecting. And I felt pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. So, weirdly full circle moment, it was at a Lord of the Rings back-to-back-to-back movie marathon at a friend's house. A friend who I literally was meeting on the day because it was a friend of a friend who was hosting. And they had it on the wall. And I was like, fuck, that's cool. Can I please hold it? Yeah, that awakened something in me for sure. I've got a picture of me holding it like I'm so badass, but damn, I don't think I have that picture on my phone anymore. It's on my computer somewhere, buried in the tens of thousands of photos that I have. Yeah, I don't think I have it. I may have sent it to someone at some point, but yeah, it would take a while for me to find it. So, Aragorn's sword. Hear me out. Yeah, it is a beautiful sword. Thank you, I appreciate that. In style, perfectly balanced between his high elven origin and a medieval tool of war. He's speaking my language. Like, I hope someone brings it to the movie marathon I'm going to this weekend. But I have a feeling you can't really go brandishing even fake weapons like that out and about in public. Like, you might get accosted by the police as they think you're about to actually go chop people's heads off. But yeah. Guys, I need to, like, find an actual elf maiden dress. Like, you know what the cruel, harsh reality is? The fact that I have so many clothes that my wardrobe literally destroyed itself under the weight of it all, and yet I don't have an elf maiden gown. At least not a proper one. So, I'm gonna have to put something together, or, yeah, fucking find something, because, like, I don't have any green dresses. I do, but they're not really in the style. At least, yeah, I don't know. I have to figure something out, because I want to look the part, like the Arwen, I don't know, long sleeve thing. So, yeah. If I'm going to be going to a Lord of the Rings movie marathon for 12 hours, I've got to actually look like I stepped out of Lothlorien. That's crazy. Sorry, I don't want to be too nerdy right now, but, yeah. Anyway. Cody, you found some good interview questions. Thank you. I'll check that out later. But yeah. Allegra, thank you so much for stopping by. Honestly, it's bedtime for me too, so we'll start wrapping up soonish. But damn, I don't know where I can get a fucking elf dress from. Because they're kind of out of fashion, unfortunately. You know? And I'm trying not to get any more clothes that I don't need. So maybe I can combine a few different things that I already own. And put together something. Oh, affirmations. That's right. Okay. Maybe this will be our last thing before we raid out. A little pick-me-up. We like to do once per stream. You guys know the drill. Something that I take lots of pleasure and delight in because I know that not everyone gets to hear this, unfortunately, as often as they should. So it's my mission to change it. And it's like a short little, I might call it a magic spell, from Amy Walker, who is a YouTuber and actress, voice actress. She's an all-rounder. She does it all. Who made this video that stuck with me. And I kind of just took her words and now I repurposed them for you guys. So, without further ado, from Amy Walker to me, to you, I would just like to say, yes, yes, you are. You are ready. You are equipped. You are connected. You are unique. You are gorgeous. You are loved. And my personal favorite, you are alive. Thank you so much for being here with me in this stream, for just shooting the shit with me, for giving me your hear me outs after I broke through that, veneer of acceptability. And more importantly than that, of course, for being here on this earth in general. I know it's not always easy, but it is always, always, always important. And yeah, I think we can make life good for each other, and the world is better with you in it. So Cody, thank you. Right back at you. Bounce back. We used to do that with, like, when you get jinxed by someone. Jinx, double jinx, triple jinx, infinity under a roof jinx, bounce back, and it's like, okay, just fucking both of you, stop. So, oh yeah, I was also gonna say, because I've been writing so much recently, I figured I would share a new piece of work, which just came to me, like I was inspired and wanted to write something very, like, cheeky and also hopefully technically impressive. So this is probably one of the more self-indulgent pieces I've written. It's meant to be from the perspective of someone else, like talking or like saying something to me or calling out to me. So if you're interested, I'll read it, and after that, say our goodbyes probably. So, and Daniel is so welcome. I'm glad to be of service. So this is titled Pleads Emmy in Sleep While Dreaming of Sweet, Sleek, Streaming Seams. So that's kind of how you can tell the vibe, before we actually get into the poem. Please, Emmy, tell me, Emmy, my every emergency, my evening insurgency, please, Emmy, you have evinced in me an erotic urgency. Would the prettiest please you, Emmy? May I have the pleasure of appeasing you into eager ecstasy? Please put me on my knees, Emmy, decree till you're steamed from teasing, Emmy. Emmy, might your mercies agree with me? Might you sheathe and squeeze me till I'm accosted violently by seas of ease, Emmy? I'd like to seize a frieze of seed for you, Emmy. Let me be the creed your need supersedes, Emmy. So, I just, I sat down and decided to cook. And I ate and left no crumbs. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. And I've been having lots of fun recently with, like, alliteration and assonance and just seeing how far you can, like, push a sentence to hopefully still make sense, but be, like, almost musical in its construction. And yeah, there's lots of, like, cheeky little like slant rhymes in there. And the content itself, well, maybe that's for another day. But I hope you like that, guys. I'm trying to share maybe at least a poem per stream. It's like, yeah, not all of them are going to be great, but Intense but in a great way. Oh, thank you. You should post it in Writerly? Yeah, okay, I'll do that if you guys are interested. And then you can see exactly where the line breaks are and stuff. And yeah, very weird writing and saying out loud my own name, or at least my nickname. And yeah, writing from the perspective of someone else thinking about me. It's like this weird double-backed mirror image situation. But it's kind of fun. And yeah, the cool thing is a lot of things rhyme with, like, you know, M-E and E. Like E sounds. There's plenty of them in the English language. And so I was just like, oh, what other words have that? Let me just add it in somehow. So anyway, let's see who's live. And I know this stream was kind of a bit more chilled out and, you know, a bit of a calm down after the maid stream. But, you know, I think it was needed, at least for me. So I hope it was not too, I don't know, ... whatever it is, fill in the blank. Got Quali live. Bongs. Aww. Fairy Tale again. We can say hi to Fairy Tale. Elmza. Efi. Actually, let's say hi to Efi, who may not remember me. That's the thing. Like, I've made these streamer friends and, like, kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little bit. And now I'm like, does this person even remember who I am? I won't be mad if not. But let's see. Playing the green light. So we were on Elu's channel together for like a speed dating little thing. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you the day after tomorrow. Hugs and kisses, hugs and hisses. Remember, behave, or at the very least, don't get caught. You know, feel free to just say hi in the Discord as well. I've been trying to be more active, and yeah, we're gonna say hi to Efi now, who is wonderful. I'm pretty sure they're in Japan, though don't quote me on that. That was a long time ago. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Take care. I love you all, and I'm not afraid to say it. Thank you, Daniel, Cody, Ben, everyone who's lurking, everyone who's chatted, everyone who's just, you know, stopped by. I appreciate it very much, and I'm going to probably have some food, have a drink, because I finished my water, and yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Take care. Mwah. And yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the Lord of the Rings. I can't wait.